Ready to level up your gaming? Then join XFS and play against the pros. Join a Soulcalibur monthly tournament every third Saturday in Xtreme Fighters Showdown. Win and become the next Xtreme Boss. Prize pools start at 50 USD plus Matcherino for every showdown, and you can earn and redeem points for seasonal prizes, such as gift cards for restaurants or Steam, PlayStation, Xbox, or even leverless controllers, a new Stream Deck or gaming chair, and if you're good enough, an all-expense-paid trip to XFS's offline event in 2026, all while competing for top placements in XFS's Soulcalibur Leaderboard. Test your strength in the hardest arena. Season 1, coming October of 2025. Get registered on the Start GG link shown on screen.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Soulcalibur VI for Xtreme Fighters Showdown, the tournament series Season 1, where there will be a points playoff and has been 1 week so far for Soulcalibur and 1 week so far for Street Fighter, the games I've commentated. With me, we have my fellow co-commentator, Brickman. How are you doing today?
Yo, Beanie, I am doing amazing. It is time to go back to the stage of history. It's been a while since I played this game, but getting back on this tonight, I'm so excited. Because have you seen the bracket we've got tonight, Mr. BeanieThuggish?
It is an extremely stacked, some would say an extreme boss-filled bracket. Half of our competitors tonight are extreme bosses, which means that they have made top 3 at previous Xtreme Fighter Showdowns for Soulcalibur VI. This is going to be an extremely small but mighty bracket among the ones we've had so far.
Indeed, and why don't we tell the folks at home what they're fighting for here? So as we mentioned earlier, Xtreme Fighter Showdown season series going on. That means that our competitors are competing for as high a rank as possible to get these beautiful things right here on the screen. We have the point system still in play. This the second week, as we mentioned before. The higher that these players can get in the bracket, the more points that they earn at the end of the night. And then, of course, those carry over throughout the rest of the season. At the end of the season, our players can redeem these amazing points for these even more amazing rewards, such as, you know, you feel a little hungry, you get a little bit of Chipotle. If you're really good at Soulcalibur, man, you get some free Chipotle, or you can get some XFS amazing merch, some fight sticks if you're good enough, or even if you are that guy, if you're him, her, them, a full expense paid trip to the XFS offline event in Texas.
Yeah, that is if you win all 6 weeks, 1,800 points, 300 points per week, 3 times 600 or 300 times 6 equals 1,800. But all of these other amazing prizes are up for grabs. If you're getting here late, you didn't play the first week, some of these other prizes are still up for grabs. So if you think this looks great, you should make sure to hop into these brackets for your favorite accompanying game on the Xtreme Fighter Showdown Season 1 series.
Absolutely, man. And like we said earlier, like, I am just so happy that we're getting more people back here again for Soulcalibur. We love having great late weeklies every week for this game, and I've been loving seeing so many people getting the respect more to Soulcalibur here lately, like on Twitter and stuff like that. More and more people are checking this game out, and now this bracket in particular, we've got so many like tournament like organizers and tournament regulars from other areas showing up, and I'm excited for it.
Oh yeah, speaking of regulars, RuberBeefMan, usually a staple of the WNF series, but also I believe one of our extreme bosses here tonight as well. One of the better players, the most well-known and represented representative for Hilda in the United States here.
I was just gonna say, you missed the most important part with that, Beanie. My girl, Hilda, this is the first, I think, match I'm ever gonna actually be able to commentate for her. She's like the one fighting game character I actually know what's going on, so I'm excited for that already.
And it's good you do, because this is the kind of character where if you don't know what's going on, you kind of just bleed out and die. As we saw from her Charge 5A there, she's almost like the 3D fighting game version of a boxer. You think of Balrog from something like Street Fighter with the charge buttons, and there comes another phenomenal one. Holding either the horizontal or the vertical will charge it up and give you different levels of a special move style attack, just like that, the Charge 5A level 1.
Oh, it's so good, man. Like, it's a tracking mid. What more could you want already? And then, of course, when you have that sword regalia, when the sword is red, you can confirm that into a little extra damage as well with a really great Oki situation afterwards. Right now, those SweatySpaghetti trying to slow it down, but the sidestep and the punish again gets the spear regalia now, too. Now, that poking game, I was going to say dangerous, but you saw the range on that. That's another tracking mid. She can just do that if you hold down the horizontal button for 3 seconds, just let it go. That move is so goated.
Definitely has one of the better ranges when it comes to boxing out a character like Gro, a character that normally is the character who's going to box you and nickel and dime you, but right now, unfortunately, getting boxed out by RuberBeefMan. Going for the soul charge here. Gonna have to spin one of these bars of meter. I respect it. Not getting too low before spinning it. Trying to call out the sidestep there as well. Pushes towards the wall, but the jump over on the on the 2A.
And gets the counter hit there, 2 with a charge, 6A, gets the confirm with the CE because the counter hit there, and that's going to be Ruber taking it here 3-0 in game 1. I understood the game plan there from Sweaty, kind of slowing it down, trying to play neutral, wasn't working that well, so Grow, anime mode, go Bert, but man, the Ruber just keeping the pace going to their favor and boxing out still again, just really great spacing and really great timing down already.
Yeah, I love that, especially the amount of neutral that had to be played there, knowing there was no ring edges, no walls that could lead to giant wall combos. That was the biggest stage in the game, but now with this reset, we are going into the another stage, and it's going to be a more open stage with less space, but actually ring out something that both players are now going to have to play around significantly more.
Yeah, and of course, obviously, we saw the Cassandra coming out near here now, too. If we thought Gro was going to be kind of the rushdown orientated, nah, Cassandra's going to be even more rushdown. She wants to get in your face, do a little bit of grappling, do a little bit of shield bashing. RuberBeef already trying to get the sidestep game going there. BB, and then a counter hit 6-6K. Already just kind of
phenomenal stuff, getting the punish there with the 5A, but checking out with the back turn button. I love this. Right now, it really feels as if Ruber is in full control of this match, keeping Cassandra and SweatySpaghetti at ranges where it's a lot more difficult for her to play. This is the style of character that really wants to get in your face and be aggressive, but Ruber is just not letting it happen.
And then again, these sidesteps just on point here for Ruber, just playing really good defense, and then just kind of taking their turn back when they're in the safe range, because you see him kind of sidestep, then back up, gets caught there trying to step, but then, oh, again, calling out there. It looks like Sweaty's making the adjustments there, doesn't want him to step. 1A, no steps for you, calls it out again. Okay, the change of pace, drop the combo though.
And checking out with their own back turn button, the back turn people skate. That was a round of knockdown over and over. And it really feels like we finally found some sort of a stride for SweatySpaghetti. Looks like he's going to need these knockdowns, these big mix-up situations to be able to take these rounds. Because any other time he left them in a standing mix, RuberBeef was very good at backstepping properly, sidestepping properly, playing that good defense like he's doing now to be able to steal this round one hit away. And there it is.
Or B, man, that move goes so far. Just like, whenever they get desperate, they try to run in straight on just to try to get something going there. You throw that move out, and it's like, nah, go to the next round, buddy. Good interrupt there on the 9K. 2 bars of butter for both players here. This charge 6A though here confirms it with the sword regalia, just to tip the shield there, but
yeah, unfortunately not enough to crumple and pull in, which is the normal reaction there. A little too far, and immediately running it down. And gonna be enough to take it with the tech trap, using that launcher to call out SweatySpaghetti, attempting to wake up too early and getting blown up for it. Phenomenal stuff. This is why RuberBeefMan is one of our Xtreme bosses tonight. Phenomenal stuff for our first match of the night.
Absolutely, and I think I want to point out too is that other than actually the sword regalias, the spears were used sparingly and at the right moments, but she didn't really use a lot of the charge spears. She just used BB and 3B as part of the tech traps. The spear regalias are good, but they aren't needed if you get really good fundamentals like RuberBeef was moving around like he was. Like, that was just a really good showcase of how to use just sword regalia and play the mid-range with Hilda.
And that is one of the probably best things about Soulcalibur, is that it's very easy, if you are good enough at the game, to play a solid neutral game on any character with small buttons. We like to call it small caliber, where you're doing mostly the 5 BBs, the 5 AAs, the 2 As, the 2 Ks, and winning matches off of it. Phenomenal stuff from RuberBeef there. Hopefully we see SweatySpaghetti here later tonight.
Absolutely. I'm going to have to steal some of that tech for RuberBeef here so I can actually say I'm good with Soulcalibur, because that Hilda, I got to start copying it because that was really good. But looking ahead here to our next match, potentially, we got a couple other matches ready to go in the first round. Looks like they are playing here, but we have SouzouLion versus Father Ramon, Zio versus, is it Z-Doozle? Is that how I was hearing you say it?
Z-Doozle, yeah.
Okay.
V-Doozle. Apologies.
Okay, I was going to say, you were hitting me with the 50-50 there, because I swear it said V-Doozle, but I was hearing the Z.
V-Doozle, apologies.
Yeah, it's like he knows something I don't know. He's hitting me with the Dizzy No meme, and I don't even know what it is, so I guess I don't know.
Yeah, the commentator 50-50 sometimes is just how to pronounce a player's tag properly.
Yeah.
One of the greatest 50-50s known to mankind as a commentator.
Definitely. I failed that several times, just trying to figure out people's names I've never seen before, and it's just like, well, maybe I should stop talking there for a little bit because I have no idea how to say this person's name.
But one thing everyone can pass that no one has to fail is the Matcherino. We did mention the point system tonight, but we haven't yet mentioned the fact that there is already $50 in the pot, and if you would like to sweeten the pot for the competitors here tonight, if you think you're gonna enjoy the action, or you've already been here before and know you're gonna enjoy the action, hit the Matcherino, ! Matcherino in the chat, and it will lead you to a screen that will show a modicum of ways to log in, sign in, and give players extra money with no sweat off your brow. It is just a couple clicks, and it's 25 cents for free to the competitors tonight.
Heck yeah, and they scroll down there, you can kind of see who's all done it. We've already done it because, hey, we're based like that. If you want to be based like the commentators here, because you know you're based, go ahead and click that link there in the chat. I saw somebody beautiful put it in there for everybody, so they can click that link, go and grab that code, oh god, I can't talk. Takes 5 seconds of your time. You can use 15 different ways to claim that code. There's so many different ways, like your Twitter account, your Facebook account, your Subway gift card account. AOL, I'm pretty sure, is in there somewhere.
Hey, don't forget about the worst of it all, battle.net. You can even use that.
Oh, yeah, you can, can't you? Jeez, I should be able to do that, shouldn't I? I think I still got it around there somewhere.
Yeah, as a former Overwatch player, yeah, you can use your battle.net as well. Don't worry, we won't judge you as long as you're putting in the 25 cents.
Hey man, I try to play support, so whenever it comes to supporting the teams for Matcherino, you know I got to do it.
I like that transition. That was good.
I gotta tie it in there somewhere.
Yeah, support your team the way you would support your favorite online tournament series. And if this isn't your favorite, it should start being your favorite right now, or else.
It is. I mean, hey, even if you don't like Soulcalibur all that much, one, why are you watching this one in particular? Two, XFS does have other games. You can kind of see in the top left corner there, we do have Street Fighter series every month. We have Dead or Alive 6 series every month as well. And of course, Tekken 8 every month. We still have, 4 weeks or 4 months left of our series. So if you feel like you want to hop in here and start earning points as soon as you can, it's free to enter every tournament. Hop in, get points, play well, learn from all these other great players showing up. It's a hoot, as the kids like to say these days. That's what they say, right, Beanie?
I think they say something about skibbity, but we won't get into that. I try to stay as far away from, Zoomer lingo as I can.
So it's not very 6'7" of us, is that what you're saying?
Yep. Oh, man, you did one. Oh, no. Not very skibbity Riz 6'7" of us, no.
No. But you know what is skibbity Riz? Soulcalibur
Father
VI.
Ramon versus SouzouLion. Actually, this is going to be a doozy, like you mentioned earlier, of a matchup. This is powerful.
Yeah, and as we mentioned earlier, Souzou is one of our extreme bosses, having placed top 3 in one of the previous XFS tournaments. But Father Ramon, one of the first times he's showing up here for XFS, but everybody who's in the Soulcalibur scene knows this individual. One of the OGs. Oh yeah.
He is the OGest of OG. Sofiti is still around. If you think of a Soulcalibur player who's been playing since something as far back as Soulcalibur 3, Soulcalibur 4, this is the man to look at. Has phenomenal neutral, phenomenal fundamentals, and amazing whip punishes because of that legacy caliber knowledge. But these new bloods, man, SouzouLion, been tearing it up since the beginning of Soulcalibur 6. Fun fact, used to be known as Yoshimitsu 6.
I was gonna say the Soulcalibur VI here has kind of got that thing where it's going on where you got young players versus the OG players. Only it's a lot less toxic. And there,
Oh yeah, like
Ramon,
we all kind of respect the hell out of each other for doing our best to get better at this beautiful game. But the OGs and the young bloods definitely have to throw hands every now and then, just like they are in this bracket, and taking it right back and forth. Father Ramon taking that second round.
You get one young blood. Now let's see how you adapt to all these changes here. Yoshimitsu going for a lot of the big stuff here. But if you notice, Ramon's always kind of just trying to poke it down, use a lot of 9K and Rising K, and then of course I think it was 3B and AA. Oh, that one right there, the forward A. Just to kind of start poking down. Souzou tried to slow down, get the timing down, and then when he goes for a big move, it's usually the Twin Angel Step B. There, though, the 3B getting caught there for Souzou getting the round of the board. Of course, Ramon does have 2 bars of butter still available.
Yeah, might be holding on to those for a rainy day. That rainy day might be coming soon if you get stuck in a Yoshimitsu mix. But currently just playing this phenomenal intro game, like you had mentioned, right? Playing with a lot of the smaller buttons, but when he gets those big hits, he makes them matter. And now backing up towards center stage, does not want to give away that ring out. Yoshimitsu, a character that is known for reverse ring outs, definitely just trying to play it safe here, and I can respect it from Ramon.
Just did not get the perfect frame there with the quarter circle forward B that time. 9K coming out for Souzou. Was walking the wake up, and then the 6-6A there again for Ramon. Again, just poke.
Yeah, another powerful horror mid. It is, I believe it is -12, but it's not going to lead to anything crazy, knowing that Yoshimitsu's AA is minus on hit, which means that if you land it as a punish, your opponent actually gets their turn back, even though they took the damage. So that is exactly why we see Ramon trying to poke out there after being hit by the AA. Really good stuff from SouzouLion, being respectful of his minus frames.
All right, 1 bar butter there for Father, followed up by 1 for Zozo here. Of course, Yoshimitsu's soul charge, man, goes absolutely crazy. Gotta be careful.
He can get it started. Right now, it looks like Ramon is trying to just nullify the soul charge to the best of his ability. There is still going to be 1 more stick of butter on the board for SouzouLion. Gonna have to play through this 1 soul charge from Sophitia first, but instead just ducking under the, jumping over the low and jumping over a mid as well, I believe. What happened there? Well, all that we know is that so far SouzouLion looks like he's going to be up in this set on a relatively small stage. Let's see if a stage adjustment will do a lot for Father Ramon here.
Just Yoshimitsu doing glorious Yoshimitsu things, as we could say.
Yeah, the Manji magic is some of the strongest in the game. Going for things that you're expecting to hit, and versus a character as evasive as Yoshimitsu. Sometimes they don't.
Yeah, definitely. Like it's 2 very different playstyles when it comes to these characters. Sophitia, very orthodox, very honest, with a little bit of rushdown. Yoshimitsu, not that. Very much not that.
Grimy. Yeah, I would say grimy. One of the stronger grimy characters as well, right? There's a lot of characters that have more degenerate, probably considered extremely powerful options in other fighting games, but because the defense in Soulcalibur VI is so good, it is okay for most characters to have those options. But with the solid neutral game this character also has, it feels as if he's a war on all fronts, not able to get the whiff punish there, unfortunately, and the sidestepping into each other. Father Ramon looking for 1 more mix to take this round, but Souzou fighting back.
First time we've seen a couple of 6-6Bs coming out for Father here. That's also one of Sophitia's best moves. Oh no! Okay, still got it there.
Trying to sidestep out and go for maybe a 2-2B, but unfortunately getting that jump B instead. One of the things that happens in this game a lot is if you are holding on to up for a little too long, sometimes you end up getting your jump attack instead of getting your sidestep attack.
Yeah, it can be a little screwy like that here. We got some real craps, brother. Finally, some throws into the set. Again, 1 bar here for Ramon. There's the lightning strike, but the sidestep on point there for Souzou. Nice, but then not in that time.
Yeah, the 2-2B fighting back with it, and that 6-6B to get the massive launcher, pushing towards the wall. Let's see if Souzou makes something of this soul charge. If he does, this could actually just be the round. A scary spot to be verse is Yoshimitsu, and just enough timing delay to beat that RI. Really powerful stuff there from Father Ramon, looking really solid here, going up 2 rounds in the second game.
Again, just slowly pushing Ramon back to the edge of that stage there, but they'll just stagger in the real graps, the grapples. And
yeah, attempting a second happiness throw. Goodness gracious. And now we're seeing a lot more of this neutral play back towards center stage. Does not want to give away the edge here. Trying to just play as close to the center stage as possible. Doesn't punish that minus 18. It's kind of scary. Looking around for something here. I'm not sure if he's just trying to stagger him out of the game with smaller buttons, or if he's trying to avoid potentially getting hit by a CE of his own. And there it is, Ramon playing perfectly to his outs.
That's just really great movement, really great poking there for Ramon. Like, he did a couple of 6-6Bs, saw that they weren't getting, like, was that the one you said was negative 18? 6-6B from Sophia?
No, the move from Yoshimitsu, his 3AB. Yeah, he got hit by the first hit, blocked the second, no punish on it, but at least was able to stave off some of the damage from the knockdown that would have potentially granted SouzouLion.
Gotcha. Okay, let's see here. We're getting another stage change here as well, and it looks like we're gonna go to
the smallest stage in the game.
Yeah,
and all walled. Walls are a powerful tool for Yoshimitsu. He is one of the characters that has some very safe options that lead to wall pressure, including his 9K. I'm sure some of you are familiar with that move. It's his jumping kick that I believe in Tekken is called avoiding the puddle.
Yes.
Oh, the slight stagger.
Oh, I saw that unblockable coming out there. I don't think he's not that crazy just yet here, but you know what? Again, he's going
at least getting the punish this time. I like it. If you don't charge that to full to be unblockable, it actually is punishable, but it's one of those moves you just always have to be ready to sidestep or block. Scary stuff. Getting the sidestep out and putting him in a one mix situation. Powerful stuff here.
Man, okay, sidestep there. Nice. No, not again.
Oh,
not again. Ramon.
Ramon's
going crazy right now. Plus frames at just a KK.
Trying to press a button through there, getting counter hit by that 5KK. That is an I-12, the fastest range normal for most of the cast in the game, and able to close that out. Putting SouzouLion here already on yellow guard gauge. This is terrifying. Gonna have to stop blocking and start mashing. Something that we know that Yoshimitsu is very good at.
Here we go already there. Gets the side turn K or grab. Good break there by Father Ramon. Gets
that wall pressure I talked about. Yep. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at the damage and potentially a one mix-up situation. So close, spending that first bar of meter. Still has another one to play with, but what is he expecting to get off it? That was amazing. Both of them using RIs here and blocking the low. Waking up with that wall rising K to beat it. Powerful stuff from SouzouLion. Really wants to stave off the bleeding of this broken guard gauge.
Yeah, just bring up the aggression there. Still at yellow here, and now at red. But man, he really pressing the attack as soon as he sees red in that guard gauge. He says, like you said, like time to start pressing some buttons. Catching Ramon stepping there, and again, this wall pressure here.
Ooh, and the delay on the GI, able to save himself from getting a big hit there, getting another knockdown, trying to just take away as much of this life bar as possible before having to deal with a potential just guard setup. You don't want to have to just guard those, because if you do, you are forced into a situation where you might die if you get the timing wrong. Just guarding, I believe, stops you from getting guard broken. You don't take guard damage, but if you don't get the just guard, you can just straight up get guard broken in some of those checkmate situations. Going for the BBB there, because if that's hit with 2 bars of meter, it is a full lethal hit combo for Yoshimitsu. But it requires that your opponent holds onto those 2 bars like Ramon is doing right now, and this is a really good position for Yoshi 6. Here we go, SouzouLion, I mean.
Yeah, Ramon using that bar butter to get away from the wall, but immediately right back here to it. Still red guard gauge. Gets the just input as well there. That's a lot of damage for Ramon, but still got to find his way out from the wall. Unfortunately, get caught there.
That was 3 full rounds of being on red guard gauge. Phenomenal defense from SouzouLion, able to take that with the pressure of a mostly broken guard gauge. I love the defense that was shown on deck. The new style, the new school versus the old school. Really good stuff. I hope we see more of Ramon later, but it looks like SouzouLion will be moving on in the bracket so far.
Oh yeah, like you mentioned, Ramon's an OG, so I have no doubt we'll see him later sometime down the bracket here. But like you were saying, the red guard gauge, I would have folded like 15 times if I was in that situation. I see red like that, and I start to get really scared because
really
like,
panicky, really angsty.
I gotta do something. I can't just be standing there. But yeah, really good play there by Zozo, balancing the defense and the offense to avoid any breaks at all. Like that's skill right there.
Yeah, one of the things I was surprised to see is how many times he got hit with those checkmate normals on his red guard gauge and wasn't guard broken. Probably something that also affected Ramon and the styles of play he was trying to do, because you really want to get those knockdowns into the guard pressure, and those guard pressure situations never led to a guard crush. So maybe he would have played more standing mix, knowing that the guard gauge wasn't just quite ready. But either way, that is one of the things that makes this game a cut above the rest when it comes to neutral play and awareness. Is you see that their guard gauge is red, but you don't have an exact number. You just have to know when it's time to pull the trigger on that checkmate situation. And 2 times out of 2, it was wrong both times.
Yeah, I'll say another tool that's really good in this game that you can use to avoid the guard gauge breaking, movement. And let me tell you something, when you got 3D movement that actually works when you wanted it to, it's a great feeling. I just gotta say.
Oh yeah, absolutely. One of the more powerful things about Soulcalibur is how simple it is to move around the screen. Feels halfway arena fighter, halfway 3D fighter, with how powerful the side steps in this game feel, just having to tap up or tap down. Amazing. Some of the freest feeling movement in a 3D fighting game, 100%.
It is like, on God, some of the best movement you can do in any fighting game, period, in my opinion.
It feels like butter.
It
feels
does,
like a nice butter.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't even need to use a stick of butter. You got 2 bars still. You can
have 2
just
bars
use
and
that movement.
Yeah, it doesn't cost anything to sidestep, except maybe your life if you get hit by a horizontal. But you know,
Oh, yeah.
hey, that is a part of the mind games of fighting games, is knowing when to sidestep, when to backstep, when to hold the G button. Guard is really important. I know some people don't like to believe it is. I'm of the mindset that guarding is just weaker than mashing every time. But hey, to each their own. These competitors have been playing phenomenal so far tonight, making sure to use that G button effectively. Like we saw in the last set, SouzouLion was on a red guard gauge the whole time and still use blocking as effectively as possible.
Indeed. And looking ahead here in our bracket, only a couple updates here we have here. We only have 1 DQ here, so that means Okabajin, is that, I said the name wrong, I'm pretty
Okamijin.
sure.
Yeah,
Okamijin,
Okamijin.
thank you. They'll be moving on to face Incendiate here in the next round. And then, of course, shout out to Incendiate here, one of our other Xtreme bosses showing up tonight. And we were talking about the bracket earlier. Like, what, 50% of these players were Xtreme bosses at the start of the bracket?
Yeah, half of the bracket is Xtreme bosses. And not only that, this is a former Soulcalibur Evo champion. I believe 2, maybe 3 times. Yeah, just amazing stuff to see people in the community that have won majors, have giant accolades, still playing the game, still grinding it, still trying to compete with the best of the best.
Indeed. And if you guys want to support those amazing players, we do have that match arena still available to you. Give a little shout out to that here while we got some downtime. I believe it's still in the chat. Yeah, it is. There's that link, that little purple link right there. If y'all feel so inclined, click that link. Takes 5 seconds of your time. Claim those codes. We still have, let's see, 32 codes remaining now, folks. I know y'all love some Soulcalibur. I know y'all love your community. We should have that down to 0 by the end of the night, don't you think, Beanie?
Absolutely. Those codes should not be sitting around. We got enough people watching. We got enough people that have a couple friends ready to come through and drop a couple codes. It is absolutely time for you to use up all those codes to support another amazing bracket put on by XFS.
Yeah, I mean, let's give a shout out to the people who have. We got V-Doozle, just contributed one of those codes here. I just saw them pop on in. Tom Berry. We got
Tom Berry
Faye.
Shade.
Tom Berry Shade. We have just Royce Mark just getting in there himself. I bring Tara, Nox. I know them. Shout out to Nox, one of the other people who's been helping me try to learn it way back in the past with Soulcalibur. Superflydrew, Ghost Neon, and of course, the amazing competitors, or the commentators at the very end, Beanie and myself. So, you know, if you want to join the list of these based people, we've shown you how to do it. Go right ahead and do it. It's real easy, everybody.
Yeah, and it costs you nothing. That is the main thing to think about, is that you don't have to do anything other than log in with one of the myriad of social medias. 30 codes remaining now, so not so bad. Already got 2 codes in just by giving a little shout out to the match arena. The same way we'll give a shout out to the competitors for playing tonight. You could be amongst these players and gain some of these cool rewards and points in these Xtreme Fighters Showdowns tournaments. Still, what is it, 6 weeks? So 4 weeks remaining after this one. Of course, too late for the action tonight, but not too late for the action next month and the accompanying months after.
And of course, yeah, it's always every 3rd Saturday of the month. So if you're ever wondering what exact date, just remember 3rd Saturday is Soulcalibur Saturday. So if you want to give this a try next month, just make sure you type in with the guys at the XFS. They'll get you set up, and then they'll remind you when it's time to go live with the tournament. And man, we got another match ready to go here. We've got, okay, I'm going to say the name wrong again.
Changhua, Okami-jin versus Incendiate on the Changhua. A man of many characters. We could have seen the Geralt. We could have seen the Ivy. And here we go, starting it off classic with the Changhua. The character picked up second, I believe. They started on, Ivy, but their Changhua is also just as powerful. One of the students, truly students of the game here, Incendiate versus Okami-jin, who I've seen the name a couple times. Very a stout, known player, plays a lot, but let's see if they're able to take out everyone's bracket demon in Incendiate.
Now, Beanie, what do you think the over-under is on 2-2-B from Changhua?
You mean the frames on it? Or like how often it's gonna hit in comparison to block? It's gonna hit like 80% of the time, get blocked the other 20%, and that 20%, unfortunately for anyone watching who thinks, man, this move looks good, it's safe on block. It's safe. It's a safe launcher.
It's the move of all time, as kids like to say.
Yeah, it's definitely a move of all time, and it's been a move of all time since her one of her debut appearances back when she was also a demon in Soulcalibur 2. So this is a character that many a Soulcalibur player are familiar with because of the way that she's allowed to play. One of the safest, small damage, luckily, characters, right? Where she doesn't do too much damage, but her neutral game and her mix-ups are so safe and strong that you just have to hold a lot of the things she's doing. Here's another one of her mix-up situations, going for the mid-nair, not the low, but getting the clash cancel into the 6BA. Really good stuff from Incendiate there. This is why I call him a student of the game.
Indeed. I mean, it's also helpful that John Wall's got her mother watcher over here, but hey, 2 bars of butter here for Okami-jin. I'm going to get it right here eventually here. So have to see if they pop it here in this round. They got to get something on the board. Good 6-6B there to stop the backstep. I mean, Incendiate is just moving all over the place. Like, you see them doing like small buttons like this, and then it's right on back to movement unless they get a huge launch, which very often happens.
Yeah, definitely fishing around for the bigger hits, just like that. That 6-6B is a crumple on counter hit, and is, I believe, -6 or -4 on block. It's really degenerately good. Going for another one of those safe launchers. That is actually just going to be a punish. -14. Good googly moogly. Able to take it here with the I-12 CE, and this should be enough to take it.
Yes, sir.
Student of the game, like I said.
Yeah, the mother watching over me buff. And anime protagonist powers go Bert, as they say.
She really is, like, she really does radiate anime protagonist energy, now doesn't she?
Yeah. Hey, wasn't she the one who, like, in the story mode for 6, like, saved the world? That's why she's got, like, Soul Edge as one of her weapons?
You mean Soulcalibur as one of her weapons?
Soulcalibur, yeah, Soulcalibur.
Yes, I believe the story of this game is that she is the savior over Keelik, right? Keelik in the original trilogy of Soulcalibur 1, 2, 3, Keelik was kind of the character they were pushing as the main character. This time they realized maybe the small Chinese girl is the one we really want to see.
Yeah, well, you know what? Everybody loves X, especially her 2-2B, so you know what? You just gotta make the most popular character in the game to face the franchise, clearly.
Yeah, just as a wise man once said, shout outs to DMX, X gon' give it to you.
Yeah, that's that happens quite a lot.
Oh, speaking of giving it to him, getting that anti-GI combo with the 4-4A hold, really powerful combo. One of my favorites in the game.
All right, backed up there to the ledge. Kind of just backing up though here again, returning to neutral. Great whip punish there.
Yeah, and gonna get even the Yukimi trap. That was a giant amount of damage. Also closing out that meter disparity, gaining so much here, but gonna have to hold a mix-up situation. And that first hit of that string is actually already safe anyway. Incendiate was ready for everything there.
You cannot stop this man from stepping. He will step all over you. And again, another step.
Yeah, these shoes were made for stepping, and that's just what they'll do. Going for the plus frames there. Trying to call Incendiate out, trying to move, but just holding steadfast on that G button for so long here. Using that crybaby to his advantage.
Guarding favor, actually working in favor there for Okami-jin. Good again, defense there. Plus frames gets counter hit, but then doesn't get anything else.
Doesn't do it, unfortunately. Yeah, I believe there you could actually get a low throw attempt, but wasn't ready for one of the downsides of our game in Soulcalibur 6 is that our netcode isn't amazing. It's something, all right. It's a netcode of all time.
Oh yeah, like, you know, sometimes the mother disconnect happens and you get launched in neutral just like that when you thought you were safe. And okay, now Incendiate pressing the attack, gets the counter hit.
Full string, the second hit syndrome, expecting that string to finally end, but pressing out with the low at the end.
Again, the side snips.
Yeah, a lot of these full crouch buttons as well. Full crouch 3B into immediate full crouch 3K. Trying to get something big here, but not going to be able to do anything. Using that launcher and getting punished for it. Okamigen is looking for something that's going to lower this damage disparity. Another safe launcher, but this time coming out of the Cassandra, Okamigen is just getting mauled here on defense.
Man, like, Incendiate is just not afraid on defense at all,
What
man.
a powerful gamer, sitting there, statue guarding low, steadfast in his decision to know that that was the option Okamigen was going to pick. This is why he's a former Evo champion and one of our Xtreme bosses tonight. Just phenomenal neutral game, great coverage, amazing punishment, and solid all-around offensive play.
Absolutely. Like, I don't think there was much that Okamigen got going in that set because they get a couple of hits in, but then other than just like a couple of counters and a couple of anti-step moves, there wasn't much offense because Incendiate was just like, okay, I guess I'm on defense. How are you going to damage me now? And then like that was just the core of the game right there. Just let Okamigen blow himself up, and then X has got the CE to give it to you, as you like to say.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that is one of the more powerful things about defense in Soulcalibur is defense in Soulcalibur can lead to some of the best offense in the game. It's not just about blocking, it's about knowing when to block and how to block. Because when you can create a whiff punish situation just by blocking, or create a block punish situation and take back frames, the characters look absolutely degenerate. Everyone looks way too strong. But of course, not one of the weaker characters in the game by any stretch, and not one of the weaker players we've seen tonight. Great stuff from Incendiate.
It's an amazing how fun the game looks when they have really strong defensive mechanics, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it makes you have to, something that I used to complain about that I began to love as the more I played this game, is waiting on offense, right? Taking slower turns, taking more methodical turns to play through the defensive options in the game. But what that really does is it turns this fighting game, among any other, into a game of 3D chess. Where your moving pieces always have to be moving better than your opponent's moving pieces, because there's not too many checkmate situations in the game where you are forced to hold someone's offense. Yeah, sure, sometimes you're -8, -10, -9. Generally, -8 is the number where it's really hard to squeeze in some of those defensive mechanics, but it feels so good when you make those reads on offense or defense and either blow up something defensive or get something defensive to go your way. Whether it be a step, a GI, an RE, a soul charge, a back step into a CE. Really, really strong and fun defensive mechanics in comparison to other fighting games.
Makes you want to go play some Soulcalibur once the Soulcalibur is done. But hey, we got some more Soulcalibur coming your way, people. We have got Zeo14 here going up against Superflydrew.
Another one of our Xtreme bosses, Superflydrew. Zeo on the Talum and Superflydrew on the custom character, who's not supposed to be a custom character. He's supposed to be using base costumes. But, you know, I think Mia will probably belt him for it. It's fine.
Oh, yeah. It's going to happen here eventually. We all know it. But anyway, we'll get at least maybe like one match in here soon. We don't get Soulcalibur.
Yep, there's the belt. Yep. Yeah, that one's for you, Drew.
Well, he'll learn eventually. I feel like we've had this conversation before.
Yeah, we had this conversation last month, but maybe, you know, some people just forget, you know, I don't think about rules either. What was Kaiba's famous saying in Yu-Gi-Oh? Screw the rules, I have money? Yeah, that's
what. Yeah, I can imagine that. Only in this case, like, you know what? It's a cool custom. Can't allow it.
You know, it almost feels like it's one of her regular costumes. I don't think about it too much.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Zeo here on the Talon. Talon, I am not like a huge expert on, but I do know that stand stance and then RE in particular. That right there, that is a pretty strong defensive option that Talon has.
So if you've played a game like BlazBlue, I think that this is like the anime game of 3D fighters, and I say that with full respect. If you've played something like a BlazBlue or a Guilty Gear, even a Dragon Ball FighterZ, you can consider Talum the rat. And you probably know what a rat is, right? A rat is someone like Carl Clover, someone like Gotenks, someone like Mei. This character wants to get in and do the most degenerate, ratchet things to you and make you feel like it's their normal game plan, but also has really good defensive tools and generally stances and or installs to complement or to make their defense better, right? I think Talum having a stance cancel off of her RE is exactly the kind of thing I'm referring to about a rat character.
Indeed, and on the complete opposite end of the spectrum is Setsuka, one of the most technical characters you could probably play in this game if you're just picking it up. There's Superflydrew slowing it down, and then patience.
I love that small sidestep into the immediate BB. Yeah, taking that small sidestep, not overcommitting, not pressing a button too early, and just closing it out with something small because there wasn't enough health left on the board. Those wall rising Ks have been coming out very impactfully as well. I really like some of the offense that Superflydrew is going for here.
Again, another wall rising K there. Blocks the stance, finishes the string, and now all 3 gauges filled up for Setsuka. Oh,
good to ring out there. Scary stuff. But does have 2 bars of meter. Maybe they'll spin one of those here. Let's see.
Guardian
going
back
for the
there.
plus frames, trying to go for another RE. Still sitting on 2 bars of meter. Doesn't want to spin them. Trying to instead get that wall pressure that would have wall splat, but able to just close it out by blocking it and chasing down the defensive option with the stance backdash. Really good stuff from Superflydrew. Calling out some of these defensive options from Talim. All of the stances that she can do to be more evasive after, just like that.
Playing over the jump, and now, man, and Setsuka's jumping all over the place here. That's something you would think Talim was this expert of here, but Superflydrew showing Setsuka's got the hops here.
Ooh, that punish. Went for the air shotgun. Yeah, I don't know how she's doing all of this jumping around in heels. This is so powerful.
Listen, I sprained my ankle 4 times wearing basketball shoes, so I can't jump anymore. She's out here just doing it casually in heels like that.
What a wonderfully athletic woman, truly. You know, that's admirable. I love to see it.
And again, jumping over the jump in stuff from Talon, gets the low. Okay, good challenge there from Zio.
Close to the wall here, but still having to fight it out. 1 bar of meter on the side of Zio, and not wanting to have to spin it there. Instead, trying to force a guard gauge crush situation, but Superflydrew didn't want to take that guard crush. I think taking the guard crush there to ensure that you make it to a final round with no guard gauge problems, you would have been okay.
Okay, back again here, the neutrals. Flydrew going back to that small caliber that worked for him here in those first 2 rounds. You definitely could tell, though, he's gonna fish for something pretty big here now, especially with this soul charge going on here. One coming right out here from Zio right away. The challenger is at the neutral, just goes in, presses buttons, but a weird angle on the launch. Red guard gauge now, you gotta watch out for it here, jumps out of the way.
Get away. Both of them jumping out of the way. There is still 1 more bar on the side of Superflydrew, so this is a great situation to be in. Just has to avoid the potential guard crush. But that is one of the hardest things to do versus Talim Kit.
Oh, the vertical.
This could be it. Oh, no, misses the launch. Was trying to go for a relaunch into the immediate CE, but oh, this could guard crush. Oh, it doesn't even need it. Instead, just calling out the offensive option, getting the counter hit, and taking this game number 1. That was such a high octane fight.
Man, and like Superflydrew was just kind of doing the small caliber there. We got that big launching, I want to call it a Shoryuken. I know it's not Shoryuken, but Setsuka's got a move that's similar to it, so I'm calling it a Shoryuken. And finally got Talon there to the edge, but then pressing the attack was the downfall there. And man, this is a close set though, because Zio's like playing aggressive at the right times, and then when it comes to playing defense, they're making the right choices.
Ooh, and now we're on Yoshi's Island. This is the longest stage in the game that is also vertically oriented instead of horizontally oriented.
Why have I never called it Yoshi's Island before, man? That's genius.
So the reason why it's called Yoshi's Island specifically, for anyone who needs to know the lore, Yoshimitsu can kill you from basically any angle on the stage because of how skinny it is. He will kill you. You will die.
I can't believe I've never called it that before. It makes so much sense, though.
This is a jacked up stage. Ooh, nice sidestep out and getting the full whip punish there. Phenomenal stuff. Ducking under the unbreakable grab. If you ever see that grab animation, the one that looks like a pink sparkle instead of a pink like blob, the sparkle looking one means that the grab would be unbreakable. So you actually have to completely duck under those or avoid them in some other way.
Or guess you'll do it the side step leading to the back throw. Okay. Good movement there from Superfly. Seen some more 6-6Bs. That's the one where she kind of does like the slash dashing forward, right? Like it was.
Yes, I believe that's 6-6B. Very similar to Sophitia's 6-6B, as a matter of fact.
Yes. Yep. So we didn't see a lot of that in the first round here, but I have to imagine Superfly trying to condition Zio to kind of stop stepping around a little bit here. But as you can see, Talon is a wind dancer, so she is going to step if she wants to step.
Yeah, she said it's my party and I'll step if I want to. Ooh, getting the full confirm here. 1 more hit away. Let's see if they can get it. Plus frames. And instead of going in for stance mix there, using the simpler option in that 1K to close out the round. Really phenomenal stuff from Zio. I like the mental stack pressure there. Something that we see a lot in these 3D fighters is, you know, they're so string focused that you just have to be worried about a lot of string based offense, and then instead you just close it out with something as simple as a 2K or a 1K. Really good stuff. Pushing towards the corner here.
Just getting the right movement there. Get a whiff punish, but then a back throw again. Okay, Lost Frames stepping around, gets their crouch in there with the break attack.
The backstep, just walking away from the ring edge. I like that. But did you know, actually, one of the powerful things about offense in this game, if you are moving forward towards your opponent and not holding the guard button, you will actually slowly over time get back some of your guard gauge, which means if you're losing guard gauge and you're in yellow or you're in red, sometimes it's more advantageous to be aggressive and to get close to your opponent just to get that extra guard pressure off of you. Gonna run in after here. Unfortunately, this is a really funny game where that is a completely invulnerable option. You cannot punish a soul charge, but you can lead to a 50-50 after. Superflydrew just coming in with the lows over and over, trying to see if he can goad Zio into pressing something here.
Okay, wind cannon
lows really pesty. Do you want to hit? You want to hit me with something? Oh, and hitting him with an unblockable off of the double backflip. Has 1 bar of meter to use here. Let's see if they're going to spend it. Trying to hold on to it, and the jump over the low in that string. Really good awareness of the string from Superflydrew, taking it to a final round situation here. Once again, it looks like Zio has the meter advantage, but all of the full stacks of the emblems from Setsuka could be something that make this match a little bit harder for Zio to close out.
It's the hit out of the air there. Oh, canceled out.
Big damage.
CE there. Another low, one more.
Instead, using that soul charge. I think this is a really good position for Drew. Making him waste that soul charge means he no longer has to worry about it for the rest of the round here, and is up, just has to not get his guard broken, but this could be it. One more mix away and could lead to a guard crush situation. Tried to roll through, but Zio was ready for it. Good stuff from Zio. Taking out one of our Xtreme bosses tonight.
Man, that RE at the wall there saved Zio in that last game, because it was looking like Flydrew was ready to take that round, needed just one more read. Then the RE came in clutch there, and then just Talon doing Talon things that last 10 seconds there. That damage just racked up so quickly.
Yeah, it started to just melt the life bar away. And the scariest part is that final mix-up, that launcher that he did out of the sidestep stance is a checkmate guard crush, which means that if Drew had just stood up, he would have got hit by it and or had to block it rather, and would have immediately gotten guard crushed if the guard gauge was red enough. So trying to Yomi level 2, trying to roll around, see if maybe they were playing for a different option. But Zio keeping it simple, keeping it clean. One of my favorite sayings in fighting games is KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. And that's exactly what Zio did there to close out that round. Really big stuff.
I mean, that's the reason why Soulcalibur or Small Caliber is so good. It's because it is simple, stupid. It's everything you need, and then when you do get that big stuff, that's when you've conditioned them with the small caliber stuff. But that big stuff does not exist if you don't have a small caliber game. And
Correct.
We saw right there.
That's one of my favorite things to teach people. Whenever they're trying to start playing Soulcalibur, it's like, hey, I know the big options look flashy. I know they look fun. But you've got to start off with the 5 AAs. You've got to start off with the 5 BBs, the 2 As, the 2Ks. Off of that with your character, then you can start to build a more unorthodox kit after understanding the base tools of your character. But speaking of characters, it looks like we'll be seeing TR Gold Yorha on the tier of my favorite girl, best girl, versus your favorite girl, best girl, in Hilda from RuberBeefMan.
So I got to be a little biased for it, unfortunately, but you could be a little biased then for Tira. Yeah. So it all balances out in the end. We're definitely placing side bets right now. We're placing side bets mostly on the character, not the player. I think these are both phenomenal as stout players. RuberBeef is probably one of the best Hilda players left playing the game versus Yorha on a secondary, but very good on his secondary of the Tira. Surprised to see him playing this here over something like the 2B, but it is still early in the bracket. They are in the winners quarterfinals, still on the winner's side. They've got an extra life to play with. It's a really good neutral game. Again, we were mentioning earlier, small caliber. That's what we got here. Just pokes, just move it around, poke, move it around, and that's all you're going to see here for a couple of rounds. There, though, gets the charge 6A. Not going to be a ring out. Gets another one counter hit. No, I thought it was going to be a ring out. That was so close.
and
Nice
trying to
duck.
commit to the full 3A, A plus B, and ducking under it from RuberBeefMan. Very powerful stuff there. I was going to say it almost brought Yorha into Gloomy. It did. It brought him into Gloomy, which could have been disastrous. I think Gloomy is a lot better versus Hilda in this up-close range. Jolly is better from far away, but RuberBeef has been trying to keep this close, trying to keep at that range 1.5, that range 1. Does not want to really give Yorha too much space to play with here.
They're just kind of, whenever you see him blocking, he's just backing up as soon as he can. Again, backing up, doesn't want to deal with the ledge. That's where Hilda kind of shines. Obviously, Tira does need to work kind of hard to get in. A lot of movement going on there. Good block at the end, back to neutral.
Yeah, for anyone who's wondering why Yorha with the smaller ranged attacks would be backing away here, it's because Tira actually has an amazing backstep. We like to call this character for being back. She's got an amazing backstep, but the range on some of Hilda's options are just too far, too long to really play that long range game forever.
Yo, that was peak Soulcalibur. You may not like what it looks like, but that is peak Soulcalibur. 15 seconds of nothing but moving, and then a counter hit. A counter hit or into
was so clean, so methodical. You saw a lot of, movement into immediate block. They weren't just moving and pressing nothing in neutral. A lot of times they were blocking. There is one thing about that. When you block, it actually extends your hurt box. So if you want something to whiff, just like that, you don't block. You sidestep, press nothing, and then immediately send it with your whiff punish. Really good stuff from Yorha. Thanks for the assist there, Yorha.
Absolutely. And good adjustments here by Yorha to kind of start backing up here, force RuberBeefMan to go on the offensive. Hilda, obviously does have good offensive tools, but not as strong as a mixed game as her neutral game is. She does have the 50-50 mix, but it's not as powerful as some other characters in this game. So forcing character like Hilda to go on the offensive can sometimes lead to them putting themselves in a really unadvantaged situation. And now, look at that, the edge is right there. Gotta be careful here, Ruber.
Yeah, does not want to get stuck versus the edge, and this is a pretty good stuff for Yorha. Still has one more bar to play with here, even after this first soul charge goes away. Stuck at the ring edge, one mix-up, goes in for the throw. Backstepping afterwards, just trying to create a whiff, but using that full crouch 3A to close out the round. Really, really good patience from Yorha there.
Just running on in, going for the grab. I like the mentality. Gets the counter hit charge 5A there. Sidestep 6-6B, doesn't confirm. There's the hell sweep. Haven't seen that too much here. It's a really good low.
Good throw, but better break. Trying to go for the AK there, doesn't work out. Using this first soul charge, Yorha only has one, but Ruber's gonna have two. I don't even know if he'll need them. One more mix away, and using that 4B again to just stuff the full frontal approach. No side steps out of Yorha there, and it was exactly what Ruber was accounting for.
If I had a nickel for every time RuberBeefMan won a tournament, a match tonight, by having the opponent run directly at him with low health,
that's like 15 cents, right? I think that's
like
3. It's like 3 nickels.
Cents. It's
yeah,
not a lot, but
that's almost enough to go into the Matcherino. 2 more times, and that's a free Matcherino code.
Well, why do I need nickels so I can just redeem a free code? Hashtag !Matcherino in the chat, folks. Go ahead and redeem those codes while we had the time here.
Yeah, I definitely think everyone should. I'm not the only one talking about it. See, I promise I'm not a Matcherino shill. I'm a Soulcalibur shill. Big fan of just seeing some of the phenomenal play that we have here tonight.
Indeed, and we're going back again to the smallest stage. Wolves are in the background, but unfortunately, the Queen of Wolf Crone cannot summon them as puppet characters.
Oh God!
But
please don't make her a puppet character. No. Don't give them any advice for the next Soulcalibur. Don't do that. No.
If we get another Viola situation with a puppet character, I'm not going to play it. Unfortunately,
that was Vi.
Oh yes, Vi.
Yeah, that was the Wolf Boy, and he wasn't very good, so it's probably okay if they're bad. But puppet characters are usually really solid.
Yeah. Okay, another counter hit there. No step for you, says Ruber. Again.
Ooh, nice 5K punish. Even on something as mundane as a 3B, making sure to take those punishes where you can get them. Phenomenal stuff here.
Good side steps there to avoid the spear charges there. Again, charge 6A, trying to call out the step there from Yorha. Slowing it down here again is Yorha. Forcing the aggression on Ruber's side.
I love what Ruber did there. For anyone who didn't notice, Ruber, after winning turns in neutral, didn't try to press anything. Instead, took small side steps to work his way off of the corner first, just like he's doing here again, working his way off the corner, boxing back towards center stage before pressing any buttons. That is the mark of a good player when it comes to Soulcalibur sometimes.
Ooh, use the bar butter there for a little extra damage. The wall rising doesn't connect the back turn. Oh no, where are we at? Pixel and a Dream, the sidestep 3K, that'll do it, okay.
Yeah, multiple 3Ks back-to-back, just trying to play as patiently as possible. Didn't want to give away that last little pixel. RuberBeef is on fire right now.
Absolutely, the steps are on point, like you mentioned. That is movement knowledge. Oh, speaking of knowledge there.
Phenomenal read.
Sword Regalia comes out though, but man, that jump over the hell sweep on point. 6K, you get a gun.
Gonna be huge.
Sir. Full moon. Ready? Back throw, good,
but better
nice.
break. Good throw, but better break as well. Both of them going for the back throws there.
And they confirmed that to the CE. Can I hear the people of Wolf Crota give a howl?
Yeah, moving his way on into, what is this, the winner's semifinals next. Really good stuff there. Huge from RuberBeef, taking that 3-0. Massive adjustments on the side of him, not allowing Yorha a single round in this second game.
Absolutely, man. He'll be moving on to face Zio, and like you said, the winners semi, sending Yorha down to losers. But man, that match was really good. I love watching Hilda. Well, Hilda is one of like my favorite fighting game characters of all time, period, in like any franchise, because when you have a player who knows how to pilot a Hilda like that, they're just making really good reads. It's not necessarily character-specific stuff. It's just reading the opponent so well, and it's those tools that make it look so powerful because they're just getting the motion down, they're getting the timing down. She rewards you so well for playing good, simple Soulcalibur.
Yeah, one of the characters who makes Soulcalibur look so powerful is Hilda, along with someone like Xianghua as well. Those two characters are the queens of Soulcalibur, making it look like you never needed a big read. You can do it all off of Soulcalibur and block punishment. We saw phenomenal 6Ks as block punishment and amazing 3Ks as neutral stuffing tools from RuberBeef there. Just a lot of sidestep 3K, a lot of sidestep charge 5A, really good stuff. And those lead to knockdowns. Those lead to pressure. Those lead to wins.
Indeed, it does. It's kind of like a, how do you want to destroy your opponent? Do you want to do small caliber with pokes? You go with X. Do you want to do Soulcalibur with big rewards? Go with Hilda. But man, we're going to see those styles clash here again because we got SouzouLion and Incendiate coming up here very soon. Like I mentioned earlier, Zio versus Ruber. Not sure if we'll go down to loser's side here to get a couple of games going on that end. But man, it has been a great night of Soulcalibur, man. Every time I come back to watch this game, it makes me want to go back in and lab everything once again. Just, it's so much to learn and so much fun to learn it.
Yeah, there's so much life left in this game. I know that this game is older. It doesn't have great netcode in comparison to some of the modern greats, but the game itself is so fundamentally sound. Once you get past some of the jank of the defensive mechanic that is Reversal Edge, it is a phenomenal game, and I recommend everyone give it a shot. I believe we're going to be staying on the winner's side here, doing the winners semi-finals. This is our first of the top 8 matches.
And yo, 2 of our Xtreme bosses going at each other before winners finals even. This is just how stacked this bracket is tonight. Incendiate and Souzou. I believe Incendiate won last month, but Souzou has won a couple in the past before the season started. So they both have their share of tournament victories with XFS.
Oh, I love
here.
this. Instead of playing the X and trying to play into Yoshimitsu, instead picking one of Yoshimitsu's hardest matchups in the Ivy. All right, guys. You know, look. I'm totally down for a counter pick war, but we got to remember SouzouLion also has the Tira, so we got to be very scared. Wait, SouzouLion has a Tira too, right? Souzou and Yorha have a secondary Tira.
You're not just saying that because Tira's Yoshi now, are you?
No. I don't think like starting a counter pick war is a little scary, especially with how differently every character can be piloted in Soulcalibur, right? Like you think of, I believe I'm thinking of like Keelik, which also is a bad matchup for, is a good matchup for Ivy. So I don't think either one of his characters particularly plays well into Ivy. Ooh, really good duck there, a Twitch duck to beat that command grab, but not able to get a big punish on it or anything.
With the Calamity there, and City just trying to go back here now. Those strikes stop the movement. Souzou gets in, but then like as soon as he does get to that range 0, Incendiate just skillfully getting that spacing back, backing up, avoiding a lot of that pressure, forcing Souzou to really press the attack. Gets the counter hit there. Not dead just yet. One more read. Good block.
Yeah, and unfortunately having to press the 6 button a lot too, right? Not able to stick to Incendiate the way he wants. Has to actually hold a lot of running in, right? Has to spend a lot of time chasing him down, hoping to get something big off of these rounds, because if not, this is what it looks like. It starts to look like an Ivy frame train where you are stuck on the other side of the screen fighting this character's better options. This is going to be huge. A lot of damage and another knockdown coming through.
Again, a 4KB there in range 0 here for Souzou. Pressing the attack, but another step into 3B. Man, that's twice in this round. Incendiate has done that exact sequence there. Great job avoiding all that pressure. And then again, the rising K on the step. Truly a calamity.
I believe that was actually a Summon Suffering, but I do like the mix-up of her throws. Summon Suffering and Calamity Symphony, I think.
I couldn't tell you. I'm not an Ivy player.
I read the names and tried to do the actual inputs as a 7-year-old in Soulcalibur 2. I was like, man, this looks hard. I'm never gonna do these. And then I learned that there's a shortcut. So I was like, oh, that's why the guy at the arcade keeps hitting me with these.
Bro, when I was 7, Ivy was the reason I couldn't play fighting games, all right? They would not let me near the cabinet.
They were like, that character? No, you're not playing this game, kid. Ooh, and the phenomenal ring out, immediately retorting, keeping a bar of meter here and getting that ring out. This is a good way to stave some of the bleeding off for SouzouLion here.
Yeah, immediately, Incendiate just still going back here to the zoning, which has been working for them. Again, no movement. Forcing Souzou to just press 6. You can't step, you can't move back. You're playing against the Ivy. Good patience there from Souzou, though.
Oh, trying to make these 6-6-A holds whiff so he can get a 4KB whiff punish again, but phenomenal stuff so far. Using those 6-6-A's non-hold to bait an option out of Souzou. Souzou playing it so steadfast, not pressing anything, and waiting in neutral for these options. Playing these small buttons, but now finally getting called out. This might just be enough to take it here. Even with the scaling, that's going to be it.
Oh, yeah. That is the CE of all time, we'll just call it. Certainly feels bad, man.
Yeah, I think if Ivy stepped on the back of my head, I'd feel bad. Wait, maybe not.
Hey, soldier, we gotta be careful here.
Stay strong, brother.
We're soldiers here, brother. Okay, looks like we're going right back into it here. Do you think we see the tier swap like you were mentioning?
I believe it was Keelik, but there's no reason to swap here. Keelik is also not a great matchup into Ivy. There was a character I was thinking of. He plays, a little bit of, he plays, of course, Yoshimitsu, Midzurugi, and also Keelik. But I don't think any of those characters do great into Ivy. You just kind of have to hope for a smaller stage like this one, and that you can catch some of the movement options defensively from Incendiate, because Incendiate's movement is really what's keeping SouzouLion out here, right? But now there's a lot less space to play around with here, at least vertically. Gonna have to use a lot more of that horizontal space to get away from Souzou.
Great defense here from Incendiate so far, blocking the mix, punishes the what's it called, the Dragonfly stance spin?
Yes, that was Dragonfly A.
Yeah,
and going for the low out of the Serpent's Embrace. And immediately that 6A, that 6B hold to close out the round. Really good stuff. Almost used it as a Hilda 4B. Really good stuff.
Yeah. Again, going back here to the zoning. Souzou playing patiently. Fine gets in, but as soon as he gets one hit in, it's Incendiate pressing the attack. It's like, okay, you got a hit in. You got your licks in. That's one too many. Back to neutral.
Yeah, this is like a more, for anyone who's more used to 2D fighters and knows a little bit about some Street Fighter, you can think of Ivy as a more annoying and degenerate Dhalsim. Imagine Dhalsim with a command grab and sword normals, instead of just being hittable normals that you can punch and you'll hit his arms. That whip sword is always a hitbox, never a hurtbox.
It's basically Dhalsim with JP's command grab. But hey, you know what works against zoners? Teleporting. Just like that.
Oh, yeah, just TP.
Pixel Dream.
Sure.
That works.
It may cost you a bar meter, but it secures you the round. I think that's a powerful statement.
That's a fair trade, I'd say.
Yeah, if you just build 2 more bars, you can win 2 more rounds. I can respect the tenacity.
Yeah. All right, Incendiate going back here against
getting the whip punish. Using that 6-6-A hold, unfortunately, and there are ranges where when you block the first hit, you don't have to block the second, and that's where Yoshimitsu, a character that's very phenomenal at getting something like a 4KB. Got it that one time, but now, once again, just being kept out here. Trying to go for the 4KB again, expected a 4-4-A hold, but just the 668 hold, but only got the first hit of it.
Okay, finally getting some of the blender going here is Sozo. Incendiate gets the turn back here with some soul charge. One bar, but is still left. Good side step, no punish.
Ooh, really good punish on the side of SouzouLion, though, blocking and punishing that that 3B with immediately.
That had to be a miss.
Another good punish. No, not a punish. Unfortunately, the netcode go burr. Let's see if he's got enough to take it here. Gonna lead to a one-up situation, and this could be a bad situation for Souzo now. Gonna have to play extremely patient, trying to go for the 4K 3 times in a row, but checking out finally with that AA.
It's our good old friend Soulcalibur, and immediately goes into the big caliber. You love to see it. It's a Yoshimitsu player.
You know, when you're feeling yourself like that, what if your opponent is just, you know, no longer in the right headspace? I can respect it. Just trying to see where their head's at after you close out such a clutch round.
Yeah, you gotta engage in a little bit of psychological warfare. I mean, you play Yoshimitsu, it's kind of expected.
Yeah, if you're not playing psychological warfare on a character like Yoshimitsu, why are you playing Yoshimitsu, huh? Ooh, this is gonna be a big wall splat here. No wall splat, actually. I forgot. That's actually not the starter for the wall splat. Able to sidestep, able to roll out, but not able to get a punish there. Unfortunately, too far. This is gonna take this round, bringing us to a final round situation where SouzouLion is gonna have 2 bars of... Let's be real. 2 bars of Yoshimitsu soul charge. This is going to be terrifying, honestly. I don't expect to see a CE. Here's the first soul charge. We're probably going to see another. There's no way he doesn't just mash these soul charges once he can get in. And there is the first sign of him getting in, trying to use that RI to get the offense stopped. Takes away some of that soul gauge, and now just gonna have to use the second soul charge to close out the rest of this health bar, knowing that Incendiate will not build a soul gauge here unless using something like an RE or gets a lethal hit. Ooh,
command grab though.
Something suffering. A lot of damage, not a lot of meter. Does even up the life lead and even builds himself one. Another summon suffering attempt. Good throw, better break. Walking away here, trying to get that AA, using the soul charge to hopefully close out this second round. But playing really patient here. Doesn't want to give away anything. The Calamity Symphony's gonna take it. That's enough.
Sure.
Man.
Played
Was
all
waiting for an offensive option that he could block from Incendiate. And Incendiate said, oh, you're waiting for something to block to take your turn back? You want to do walk up block? Here is an unbreakable command grab. Can you block it? Oh, you can? Die.
Yeah, that's the Ivy experience right there. You play full screen the entire game. You feel like you can't get anything because you're full screen. It's a sword game. You want to be at range 0. You do finally get into range 0. Oh, wait, she's got an unblockable command grab. Well, I guess that's the end of that game.
It's like, oh, that was the command grab. Gee, shake my hand.
Shake my hand, brother. But man,
really good showing from Souzo. Yeah. That was super close. Played that final round really well. Held on to the meters until the time he was ready to use it. Still has a chance in this loser side bracket. I do not expect to see Souzo gone just yet. One of the stronger players we have here. This is a very stacked bracket, so who knows? That loser side could eat him alive. It's all sharks down there, but there was 2 sharks in that winner semifinals, and there's gonna be 2 more sharks on the other side in the winner semifinals. So this is a scary bracket all around for everyone.
Absolutely. And just to give you an idea what we got down in that loser stride, we've got right now losers round 2, Yorha versus Superflydrew, and Ghost we have not seen yet so far tonight. Going
Who
up
was
against...
one of our Xtreme bosses, by the way.
Yeah, they are. I completely forgot about that. We didn't get a chance to shout them out. They went down to losers here. We'll get that pulled up. And you see Ghost, and I'm going to mess it up again. Okamijin? I don't know why I can't say this name, Beanie. Okamijin.
Like, I think of the game Okami.
Yeah.
With Amaterasu, and then just put gin at the end, like you're drinking. Okami gin. There you go.
Okami gin. I'm not a gin drinker, more of a whiskey guy, but I can see it.
I'm a sober drinker. I'm a big fan of root beer. That's the only beer I mess with.
Oh, are you a 1919 enjoyer?
I've never tried it. I'm an A&W guy.
Oh, that's pretty good too. But man, 1919, like we have every year my roommates have like a regular show party. And when we get to the Party Pete episode, we have that classic soda. We just bring out the 1919 root beer. It's so good.
Ooh, all right. Yeah, keeping it classic. Yeah, just like this bracket, a classic attrition of a classic war of attrition. A lot of names we've seen here before, and a lot of extreme bosses. We're already narrowed down to our top 6, and they're all killers. Yorha, Superflydrew, Ghost, and Okamijin in the loser side, and Incendiate, Zero, and RuberBeefMan, and SouzouLion, apologies, left on the winner side or on their second life in the loser side of the bracket. This is a small, but like I said, mighty bracket, and we're going to be now seeing Zio versus RuberBeef on the other side of the winners semi-finals. This is a matchup that's not particularly easy for Talim. This is one of the characters that boxes her out very well. So you've got to be sticky, you've got to play like a rat, and it's really hard to do versus a character with so many strong knockdown holy mids that stop her from playing that close range game pressure.
Saw that right at the start, Ruber went for that 6-6K. That move is great for just nothing but creating space. Even if it's blocked, you're going to be safe to backstep afterwards there. There gets the charge 4A. That's a break attack, even if it was blocked plus frames. Confirms it, calls it out there. You got to be careful. She can always command or input command that if she's got the Sword Regalia. And again, just sticking like glue, but the Twitch duck.
This is even more scary because he's already in red guard gauge after the first round. Didn't want to interrupt you there. You were really going off and in the flow state about this match, just like these two players are playing in this flow state. It looks like Zio able to get some offense here, getting that big knockdown, but some of the things we've seen out of RuberBeef is these small sidesteps and able to make big plays off of them. So let's see if too many of these horizontals get their way through.
Seeing Ruber using the 2-2 B plus K, that is like my vice move. I use it way too much because when that hits, oh, it's so good, but man, when it misses, it feels bad. But there, getting the guard break and getting the full combo there, man, you see that health bar? Now you don't.
It just already melted away and pushing towards the ring edge here, very close, and that would have been enough to take it if they got the bigger crumple. Trying to avoid the ring out there. Really smart stuff, just holding G from RuberBeef. Zio is really having to fight hard for these rounds and still hasn't been able to get one yet. That hell sweep, expecting maybe Yunukimi, but good stuff from Zio, just holding block instead.
Blocking the load there. Again, another hell sweep. Kind of forcing Ruber to kind of take the advantage there. Ooh, calls out the 6-6B, but doesn't get the confirm. That's fine. Again, another great sidestep. Nothing personal.
Yeah, into that Sword Regalia, spinning it up. Trying to get the Yukimi trap there once again. This is plus frames. Yeah, going in for the plus frames and getting the big launch after as well. Trying to go for the tag trap. Yeah, the unblockable dead trap. If you stay on the ground, you will get hit by that. Cannot roll. You have to Yukimi, and I guess RuberBeef just hasn't seen that setup in a while. It's one of her normal setups into an unblockable, but it is so niche to see. A lot of these unblockable setups, you've got to be ready for them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Talim is kind of like, I don't want to say niche character, but you don't see her often in tournaments.
By a big German woman. Oh my goodness.
Hey man, there's a reason why I like her as my favorite character.
Wait a minute,
and it goes for another grab. It's real fast time, and then
yeah,
hit the one
playing as if this is definitely playing as if this is wrestling, right? That was a lot of grabs at the end. I think the reason why is because grabs elicit a response from the opponent, whether it's knowing what to do to break or attempting to use crouching buttons or crouching as a retort to make the throws whiff. Forcing options out of your opponent is one of the scariest things in a game like this, where mids blow you up for ducking and lows blow you up for standing still. She has a hell sweep, and of course, everyone has the mix of low or throw.
It's me to start throwing more throws is my game plan here, but already again a Ruber going with the sidestep, calling out the Yukimi again, the 6-6B plus K. Then that move does so much damage, gets the confirm of the 3A, but good roll there by Zio to get out from the corner. But man, Ruber finds a way, gets him back against that wall.
Yeah, I respect it. Using the 8A plus B 2 times in a row, attempting to try to just keep those plus frames, but RuberBeef is fine with blocking it out and playing this small caliber game. AA, calling out the RE and AAing again on the sidestep. Really good stuff. Keeping it small, keeping it classy. There's one of those great whip punishes.
Sword Regalia and Spear Regalia gets the charge.
Is a full launch off of a grounded hit?
Yo, yeah, man, it's a busted move. I love it.
This character has everything.
Yeah.
What?
She's beautiful. She's beautiful, man. She's absolutely beautiful.
This character's gonna make me racist.
Whoa, now.
If there's a character that's gonna make me say something mean, it's her. I can't believe she gets a full grounded confirm there. That's really strong.
Hey, you know what? You gotta charge it up. So it's not like you can do it on reaction. You have to be in the mindset.
You have to be in the you have to be in full 6B charge, which is, I guess, a good thing, right? But, man, just able to full shut down everything that Zeo has really made happen here so far. Still in Soul Charge, which means if they take a hit here, they won't be able to retort with the Soul Charge back. Doesn't want to have to spin this last one, but RuberBeef really good at just walking around the opponent and taking away the wall. Did it again here. Just doesn't want to let Zeo have this wall.
And that's twice that Ruber's tried to go for those round unders that's gotten him gains here tonight, but then just goes for the safe 1K K-string there after the sidestep to get it done. And man, Ruber up 2-0 here, and I think that's the end of it, isn't it? Yeah, the set, that's right. We're in semifinals only, so that's 2-0 RuberBeef, and man, just really great zoning, or boxing as you like to call it, not zoning, because boxing is kind of like more when you want to be like in the mid-range, like kind of like what Hilda likes to play. Yeah,
definitely not playing a zoning game, more over playing right inside of the range of Talem's best get-in buttons. But because Hilda's buttons aren't get-in buttons, they're generally small caliber buttons, it's really phenomenal to keep her out because her get-in buttons have to be slow because they're meant to be offensive tools to start plus frames. Instead, Hilda's just using things like 3K, like Charge 5A, like even something as good as the 6B and 6A. We saw both of those work to great effect, and it just kept Zeo from making it to that range 0 and getting most of his things started.
Absolutely, and hey, man, just we'll give a shout out to Zeo, obviously going down to the loser's side here. They'll be playing against the winner of Ghost and Okamijin. Yes, but hey, we'll maybe see them later tonight here. And I think, well, we might get a couple of matches here before we go on a break here. Yep, we're gonna do
we're gonna do the losers quarters finals. Yep, the losers quarters finals, and then after that, it seems as if we will be getting ready for our grand finals. What a phenomenal night of caliber it has been so far. Small but mighty, lots of 2-0s, but when you look at those 2-0s, that is not the full story. These competitors, these matches have been so much closer in the round to round when you think of how many adjustments have to be made on the fly.
Indeed. And folks at home, if you want to support these amazing players for all the great games they've given you tonight, let's give a shout out here while we have the time. We do still have that Matcherino up and available for everybody in chat to go redeem some codes. We still have 24 codes remaining, over half gone here, but still just about half remaining, so we better get on in there and get those codes. Exclamation point Matcherino in the chat. Go ahead and click that link, and then you'll get your code contributed to the pot. Again, already over $50, but we're up $6.50 thanks to the generosity and the time given by people in this list you see here. Shoutouts to SouzouLion. I mean, he's one of the players tonight. If he can go and
Father
contribute
Ramon,
25 cents, yeah, you got time to do it. Father Ramon, some blue guy, I'm assuming is what the name is there. Jose Garcia, Sweaty, and TRG. I can't read what the rest of that is here, but I'm sure somebody out there knows who it is.
Yorha. Yeah, that's Yorha, one of our players as well.
Man, the fact that our players are in there, I'm pretty sure there's some people in chat who have not redeemed the Matcherino code. Kind of sus. Don't be a sussy baka.
It's been 2 weeks, and we finally got Superflydrew to use a base costume. I'm so proud of him.
Oh, that is...
May I just say I'm proud of him.
If I was on camera, I'm doing the absolute cinema pose. You know what it is. Just absolute cinema. We finally got it.
Yeah, magnificent. This is a scary stage to fight against SouzouLion on. The man, the myth, the legend, the terror at the wall. Scary stuff. Yoshimitsu, the Manji man, to do it. You've got to be very wary fighting near the wall here. You're going to have to be fighting for center stage constantly to make sure you don't have to take too much of this wall pressure, too many of these wall mix-ups. Instead, Superflydrew immediately mashing out. Doesn't deal with any of the pressure because he's the one exuding it.
Indeed. And then again, calling out the sidestep there as well. Man, they really just don't want Souzou to feel comfortable pressing any of the attack here at all in this first round. They're really challenging the attack here.
Ooh, nice punish. Yep, not letting Superflydrew get away with anything here and able to take out the round because of it.
Just good read there at the end by Zozo, but they were just kind of throwing haymakers back and forth there for a little bit. They just want to really take the advantage, make the other person like scared, because if you get them to start backing up here on this stage, you're going to get wall pressure in no time.
Oh, getting the 4KB here, still kind of stuck by the wall here. Drew banking on maybe just getting a side swap there. Doesn't want to have to walk around. I love the patience to just go for one of her very phenomenal counter hit buttons that generally leads to good damage and combos. About to build that bar. I don't know if he wants to spend it here. He's one mix-up away and holds on to that bar for the round 3. Gets a second bar, maybe likely to spend one here. Still hasn't gotten any of his stacks available, but doesn't have to worry too much about, has a lot of time to work with here because of the amount of meter he has.
Does he have 2 bars of butter? Obviously, Yoshi almost there as well here, but Fly's got to get something in their favor. Oop, gets a counter hit there, doesn't get the full combo. Again, so suppressing the attack, but good step, and now Fly got the wall. And we were saying earlier, no 3 gauges, just like that, all 3 gauges. And now 2 bars.
Finally has them and still has the 2 bars. Gonna have to worry about the BBB, but currently so far without having to spend any of that meter takes a round finally, which means he could have 2 bars to play with for his final round, or 1 here, 1 for the final round. Still thinking about the fact that Yoshimitsu's soul charges are infinitely more deadly, so maybe holding on to them for a rainy day fund. Nice GI and going for the immediate fastest punish to make sure that he doesn't get re-GI'd there. Really good stuff from Superflydrew. Playing the small game though, the 3K, the 3A and the 1K is just over and over.
Soulcalibur there confirms the BB string, gets the wall of 3B now. Time to guess. Okay,
Here's
good
one of those
option
times
there.
you're forced to spend it. You don't want to be this close to the wall versus Yoshimitsu. Maybe trying to get the step out. Instead, attempting to get the reversal of fortune, trying to get the reverse, the side swap, but not able to do it. And SouzouLion will take that first game with an A plus B Brave Edge.
Absolutely. Just really good, like, solid Yoshimitsu from Souzou in that first game. Fly, I think, tried to play a little unorthodox there for a couple of rounds just to try to, like, really mix up the timing and the momentum, not let Souzou get comfortable. But when they kind of got full 3 gauges, that kind of went back to just kind of, I wouldn't say fishing for the big stuff, but it felt a little awkward when you had to deal with that Yoshimitsu pressure against the wall.
Oh yeah, definitely was a situation that you want to avoid when you're fighting versus Yoshimitsu, and this is the perfect way to do it, getting one of these big open stages where it's way less likely he's going to be able to wall you. There is, fun fact, a very tiny wall on one of the 3 corners of the triangle here. That one right there. But you're almost never going to be there. It's pretty hard to ever get to that wall.
You kind of have to intentionally go to that instead of to ever think about having to deal with it.
Yeah, it's not going to be a wall you see very frequently. Instead, you're going to see some of these big launches out of Superflydrew, going for the big combo here. Nice stuff, and building just a little bit of meter. Able to potentially get a big side swap here, but it doesn't really mean much when they're still fighting for the center stage. Going for the low. I like it, and the pickup off of it.
Ooh, counter hit there. Keep backing up there. Good block for 3B there. Again, Superflydrew trying to step. Great duck and the
That was an
punish.
amazing duck, and then a 6-6 beat to punish after the duck. That was really fast with the quickness. One thing about throws is throws in this game are pretty punishable on whiff if you're ready for them. Generally, you'll just get a wall rising punish. But instead, if you're ready and you're pressing that 6-6K from crouch or any button that starts with 6 or 4, you're able to get bigger punishes.
Absolutely. Flydrew again trying to start moving again. Gets it there. Oh, okay. I don't know. Was that just like a drop combo, or was that a property for Yoshimitsu going into that sword stance?
I believe that was a property for Yoshimitsu being in the sword stance, yeah.
This character just got a bunch of wacky stuff. There's no other way to describe it, really.
Yeah, I call it Manji Madness for a reason, because sometimes those drops and funny situations will lead to you going mad, and going mad on the offense here is SouzouLion getting that wall rising A plus B to close out round number 2 in game 2.
Just ducking's been the name of the game here in this second one. Again, Soulcalibur trying to go for those pokes. Man, every time Flydrew has started to feel like they can press the attack a little bit on offense, Souzou does a really great poke to turn it around, and then immediately goes back and starts doing the Yoshi mix.
Yeah, just like he did right there, right? It was a pretty decent life lead that Superflydrew had built, but here comes the Yoshi pain train, able to take away that life lead and build a lot of meter in the process, making it hard to immediately fight back, because you're always gonna have to deal with this first soul charge of the set so far.
Teleports in. Gotta be careful. Still has like a little bit of
Good
meter
block.
left.
Amazing. And then closing it out with the 2B as well, expecting maybe a 2K or a 1K as the closeout, but that crouch 2B instead, a quick mid option that's a -6 on block, safe and ready to take the round.
Okay, Souzou just tempting Fly to try to get a whiff punish there. Gets a great parry, but again, Souzou just challenging the offense. 9K, no grabs around here. Not a real grab
I like the splat that's going to happen off this. Now you're stuck on the ground right in front of Setsuka, while everything she does will now deal chip damage. Scary stuff. That is one of the properties of Soul Charge, is all your normals deal chip.
Calls out the sidestep again there. Excited by all that health he just had there a second ago, Zozo. But man, if we've seen one thing tonight, it's been Souzou getting one read in and then just melting health bars. There, though, run counter, not enough to kill. One more guess? No, just out of range.
Doesn't want to spin the bar either. I like this. Trying to play as patient as possible. Beating out the option from Souzou. Souzou going for a Hail Mary 4K, hoping that they could get the big launch and immediately CE, but Superflydrew playing it patient, staying smart, and getting that small sidestep into the whip punish. That is one of the things we've seen the most from these stout players tonight, is just a slight sidestep into a easy punish with a BB or an AA to close out rounds.
That's the thing I gotta learn when I'm playing too. Like, if somebody stops you from stepping, that doesn't mean you just stop stepping entirely. You have to sidestep in this game, because it's imperative that you don't just backstep or stand there, because then they can just do whatever they want. You have to keep consistently sidestepping, otherwise they're gonna start reading you so easily. Because if you take away an entire plane from this game, it's a 3D plane, you limit your own defensive options by not using half of the options you've got.
Oh, nice. Being airborne there stopped him from holding the full damage off of that 2-2B, but there's another one just immediately throwing it out again. One of those powerful launches that is only -12, so it's kind of hard to stop him from just sending it whenever you're in those small frame situations where someone's going for a vertical.
Another counter there on the sidestep. 9K rolling away from the 3B there. Great escape there though by Souzou. Gets the counter hit, gets knocked down though here. Flydrew does.
I like that, trying to get the wall, but unfortunately misses the splat. Yeah, that's a good situation for SouzouLion here, but it looks like still stuck at the wall. Drew isn't getting amazing damage off of it, but because of it, it's gonna lead to a situation where Yoshi's 6 can SouzouLion can slowly steal away this round.
Back to neutral here again at the start of the round. Fly just looking for a poke to get things started. Great counter there. Another sidestep. Again, like you were saying, Beanie, just get some offense going, but you don't have a lot of the big stuff just yet. Here, though, does get the confirm and the combo. It's a lot of damage there off of one read. Good roll.
Yeah, this is looking like a great round for Drew. Ooh, trying to backstep out. Unfortunately, getting clipped by that full crouch 3K.
Okay, 4 gauges here for Superflydrew, and then another sidestep. Nice.
Sidestep BB. That's been the killer of SouzouLion. There's been so many small situations where that's exactly how Drew has won. 3 so far that we've seen just in this first set.
All right, gets the knockdown throw. Okay.
Going in for the soul charge here, which means that this could lead to mix after. Still has that one AAAA, but doesn't want to spend it. Instead, trying to go for a mix-up off the stomp. I like the immediate retort with the soul charge, not allowing the fakes. He's going in for that GI every time, baiting out that option. Doesn't want the Dragonfly K to be a problem. Oh, but because the Dragonfly K didn't want to be a problem, instead, gotta hold that unblockable off the B.
Excellent dream.
Oh, GI Wars! Man, powerful.
Oh, you love to see it. Guard impact, guard impact, guard impact. That is just beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, the guard impact, and then he did a guard cancel on one of his faster normals into the immediate 4K B to steal out the round. Great stuff. The mind games are heavy towards the end of these younger sets. 1-1. There's still potentially 2 rounds left to play, where this could be it here if SouzouLion can close it out.
And those kicks have just been clipping Superfly
That was a
so
messed up throw. I don't think anyone would survive that throw. She like stabbed him in the neck. That was a Mortal Kombat fatality. How's he getting up, man?
We don't question it that much, but there.
Ooh,
Oh,
hold on. And this is going to lead to the wall. You get the 3B, and now it's actually one mix and goes in for the mid. SouzouLion keeping himself alive in this loser side of the bracket and bringing Superflydrew to the spectator stands, we'll call it.
Yeah, absolutely. But man, great play there by Sozo. Just, it was kind of the weirdly paced game, I would say. Like, a lot of poking from both players, and then like as soon as somebody would get like 1 or 2 pokes in, then the other person would try to poke out again there, and then a lot of movement obviously too, but never really like, again, and we said it was like an 0-2, but it's a very, very close 0-2. Like, don't let that.
No, that was a 2-1. That was the even cooler part. Yeah, that was a 2-1.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm dumb. This is why I'm not really good at Soulcalibur. I have the memory.
That's just numbers. I think one of the things is remembering that every set is a new set, right? You can say like, oh, well, I didn't even realize it was 2-0, or it was 1-2, because of the fact that those matches were so fast and every one of them was so high octane and action packed that could have easily been a 2-0, and we wouldn't have noticed how hard those players were fighting. They were just every round was just to the wire. No one was taking any big leads, and here we are going into our second losers quarter-final match. Zeo versus, as you called it, Ghost, one of our other Xtreme bosses tonight, who is finally being here on camera.
Yeah, and of course, going here now with the character we haven't seen tonight so far, the 2B. Actually, I kind of forgot Ghost does have a 2B here, because I remember now, there was a couple of months back, we had a tournament where it just felt like it was 50% 2Bs and nobody else.
Yeah, there was like 4 2Bs in the bracket. It was actually terrifying.
Yeah. Like, I think 70% of the matches I casted that night had a 2B, and wow, that was go for a swim Talon move. Just
yeah, that is one of her big money moves. It's very punishable on block, but if you can land it, it leads to a whole lot of damage. Sometimes it just straight up leads to a ring out, just like that situation there. But right now, it looks like Ghost is trying to keep Zeo near a wall every instance they can, every opportunity.
Yeah, definitely using a lot of that mobility to kind of backstep and avoid a lot of that Talon danger, like dangerous buttons. There, though, Zeo making the read, gets the lethal hit, and now not a lot of range here to move. But hey, you know what? She does have that aggressive stance as well here, too. If 2B wants to be a rushdown character, she can as well. Good block there, but then
and the immediate mix after to close it out with the aerial leap. B. Feeling like Noctis from Tekken 7. Really good stuff there.
Again, just I think maybe, I don't want to say knowledge check there, but Zeo kind of struggling here. Ooh, okay, you know what?
Calling out the backdash on the aggression shift. I like it. The aggression shift 4 and calling it out. Again, calling it out. Showing Ghost he cannot use that as an option to try to immediately goad an option out of Zeo. Zeo will be ready for it.
Ooh, nice there. Doesn't get the full confirm, but hey, just one more read. Oh,
I'm gonna be honest. Man. That was a vertical. I don't know how that hit sidestepping, but it was a great hit. I'm just confused how it happened.
Oh, gets the flying stance K on the sidestep.
I think that's death.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, because this is gonna be a confirm into CE with the guts on the side of 2B. That was bars, and now it's night for Tali.
And yeah, just Ghost really doing a good job of backing up there with the aggression stance. And then once Zeo started to make those adjustments, calling out the backstep there, they just went full on rush down as well. Because, I mean, like you said, 2B's got a lot of like really interesting aerial stances that, unless Talon calls out that specific stance, she doesn't have a lot of buttons that are just going to kind of stop a lot of that range zero stuff that 2B can do.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to be ready for some of the things that 2B can throw at you, but it's so hard when some options have to only be called out by 1 or 2 buttons that you have in a game with a wealth of powerful buttons, right? Characters aren't as simple and one-dimensional as 3 buttons, 4 buttons. You really use a lot of your character's kit per character.
Absolutely. Here, another throw here for Zeo. Well, not Zero.
Full rushdown for Ghost right now. Just playing as close and as fast as possible. Not really wanting to give Zeo any time to breathe.
Oh, I think they kind of recognize that Zeo is getting a little overwhelmed with some of this 2B pressure. Just really pressing the attacks in the blender to fine setting and bringing in all of it. And again, another grab gets a confirm. And man, Zeo just hasn't broken those grabs yet.
Oh, finally. Oh, slightly outside of the range. Very unfortunate. Able to beat both of the options there with the parry. And then because he parried 2 in a row, gets the unblockable Zeo. finally starting to fight back here, getting a big damage off of that Yukimi trap, taking half health off 2 big chunks of damage, trying to get the shotgun, but this could just be it. Right now, it's all BTA in the blender, looking like a can of Pringles getting opened up so well. Oh my goodness.
And the timing is just on point here for Ghost. And are they going to run in and get another throw? I wouldn't have been surprised.
Baiting out a whiff punish from full screen, expecting maybe Ghost was going to go in, but on the offensive is Ghost again after creating 1 whiff. Scary stuff, trying to walk forward, getting hit by one of the aerial leap options once again, getting the throw. A huge chunk of damage. And using the soul charge to fight it out. I respect it. Does not want to give Ghost any more free pressure here.
Drop the combo, and then the sidestep. Uh-oh.
This isn't dead. Right
no.
side. Even with guts, should still be alive here. Fun fact, there's no health per character. It's the exact same health digits, exact same health integers. If this was a Street Fighter, she would have died pretty fast because she's a small character, but still died to the impending mix-up afterwards. Ghost taking that 3-0 in a dominant fashion for that game too. That was just full BTA. Super, super good stuff. And before we move into our final match of the night, or final 2 matches of the night, I believe we have winners finals, losers finals, and grand finals left. We'll be moving to a small intermission. 5 to 7 minutes. Go grab yourselves some coffee, some water, some snacks. Grab a friend to use a couple Matcherino codes, you know what I'm saying? And meet us back here in just a few more minutes.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are just getting back here. Before we get started with the last couple of matches, we got a couple of quick announcements we got to make here. First of all, we want to give a shout out to our amazing TO for putting this all on here tonight. And of course, she has given me a note here during the break. We want to give another announcement here. If y'all thought this Soulcalibur tournament was amazing, hey, we got some more Soulcalibur tournaments for you. Here it is. Fates Crossing in Bridge City. As you can see, expanding to 96 players, it's nothing but a one-day Soulcalibur VI tournament occurring here in Portland, Oregon, January 10th in 2026. A starting pot prize of $3,500 dues. Holy cannoli, BeanieThuggish, my dude. What do you got to say about this? Because this sounds pretty lit.
In the late stages of a game, it is beautiful to see the community coming together and creating something so powerful, because this is a community run event. This is not Bandai Namco. This is not Harada. This is not Project Soul. This is the beautiful people over at Faustian Esports putting together something to keep Soulcalibur's blood pumping and flowing through the bodies and hearts of us all. It starts at $3,500 for the pot. You can register now. And there's also going to be crowdfunding using a Matcherino, now expanding up to 96 players. I believe the cap was full, and they decided, no, that's not enough people. We need more bodies. We need more people in this venue enjoying some Soulcalibur VI, and hopefully we'll see you guys there.
Absolutely, man. Just Soulcalibur VI, this game will never die because this community is just that awesome. And I mean, I hope to see everybody showing up to that. I mean, we got 96 people now that we can enter. I want to see all of these killers in this bracket, in the NA scene. I want to see EU players. I want to see Japan players, Korea players. I want to see everybody at this, because this is going to be awesome. And I am looking forward to seeing just like how many people all show up for it. But before that happens, we've got a tournament tonight, of course, here. Let's get you caught up on our bracket here tonight. It has been an absolutely insane night of Soulcalibur VI. We can see here in our winners finals, we have got the Evo champ himself, Incendiate, the student of the game, as you like to say, BeanieThuggish.
Yeah.
Still on winner's side, going up against RuberBeefMan here. We'll get that match going for you folks here very soon. And on the other side here, we have got SouzouLion, who's been on a tear all throughout both sides of the bracket tonight, going up against one of our other extreme bosses, Ghost, with the really impressive 2B in that last set. Now, Beanie, I gotta say, it's anybody's game in my opinion.
These are all phenomenal players. We could see anyone here take it. Even the people left on the loser side of the bracket still have a chance to make it to the grand finals and clutch it up 2 wins in a row. But if I had to put money on the line, it's either going to be one of these competitors we see in the winner side right now, RuberBeefMan and Incendiate, 2 of Soulcalibur NA's most consistent players, whether that be for offline or online.
Now, why don't we explain to the folks at home, too, what these players are competing for here. As you can see on screen, XFS does have our monthly tournaments for these games, and as you can see, depending on the placing that you get at the end of the night, you get a certain amount of points that carry over throughout the season. First place 300 points, second place 175 points, third place 100 points, fourth place 70 points, and so on and so forth. And of course, what do these points all add up towards? Well, at the end of the season, which ends here in 4 months, they can redeem these points for these amazing prizes, including gift cards, accessories, a gaming chair, controllers, and if you are him, her, them, with 1,800 points at the end of the season, you get flight, hotel, and admission to XFS 2026 offline, the first ever happening in Texas. And man, tonight they are playing for these amazing prizes, and I gotta see who wants these points the most, Beanie, because like you said, Ruber, Incendiate, they've been on a tear, but I mean, we got the little extra incentive between the Matcherino and these points. Some crazy stuff can happen.
You definitely want to secure a double first. I believe Incendia got first place in the last one, so you'd want to secure this first place again and just keep doing it every week to get that free admission, hotel, and ticket to the offline in 2026, whenever that may be. But we have two students of the game, two grinders, two fellow competitors who just want to see the best of the best play in Soulcalibur, and Incendiate and RuberBeef on Yoshi's Island for the first. Oh, actually, it's Bell Tower for the first match. Let's see which one of them will be able to take it.
It's like the first time we've seen this particular stage, and I want to say about 2 months, because last tournament we didn't see it at all.
Yeah, this stage is really funny. Did you know that if you hit the bells, if you hit your opponent against the bell, it gongs?
Oh yeah, I get my ass kicked to that all the time, so yes, I'm well aware. Ooh, the side steps again here.
Side step into the 6-6B, and then using the 2-2B to call out a potential crouch from RuberBeef. But right now, the only person who's taking lots of damage currently is Incendiate, having some trouble getting in here versus some of the larger Hilda normals. And it's working out very well for RuberBeef, playing this far range game plan, just trying not to get walked down by Incendiate, and it's working out for him here. Finally pressing the button after like 14 seconds of absolute nothingness. This is not enough to take it, but we are at 6 seconds remaining. Finally getting anti, pressing a button, and being called out by the timing of Incendiate. Phenomenal comeback there in that first round. Really felt like an entire story, an entire movie, an entire cinema for that first round alone. This is the caliber of the strongest level of Soulcalibur players.
Indeed, and you can already kind of sense when this momentum starting to shift, and then Incendiate's favor here, getting in on RuberBeef, making that one read there, and then now already with the health lead in round 2. Good twitch duck here by Ruber. Firm, charge 5A coming in. Crybaby though, again, no Okizeme here for Ruber. Just does not want him to get any tempo going. 3K doesn't get to confirm. Again,
ooh, I like the charge 5A and just backing up after. Yeah, taking that small lead and saying, you know what, like we'll play this again. And running it back, hitting rewind, playing it again, Incendiate is still the victor, just as in the first round. This man is so consistent with calling out people's timings.
Sidestep be on point, but what else is new with Incendiate? Like, it's almost guaranteed, like, every set that you see him on stream, he's gonna hit a sidestep B in the CE.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you could play a dangerous game of take a shot anytime he hits someone with sidestep B, but you might not make it to the end of the night, if I'm honest.
No, it's not a matter of if you'll get hit by it, it's a matter of when and how
when. Yeah, like you will get alcohol poisoning trying to play this game. Probably not worth it. Tried to go for it in the game there. Unfortunately for him, did not get the proper timing. Not ducking RuberBeef, trying to play a little more patient, holding the mids, eating the lows. Doesn't want to take some of this bigger damage from Xianghua.
2 bars of butter here for Ruber. Gets a sidestep 6-6B, B plus K, but then again, Incendiate challenging right away with 2A. One of her best moves to deal with that pressure. Good roll to get away from the 1B, but then the 9.
The jump over with the 9K, really good stuff there. I love that. That's huge. Finally staving off some of the bleeding. We see some signs of life out of RuberBeef in this first game. It's so scary because you see those 2 rounds on the board from Incendiate, and if you're just getting here like, man, this Incendiate guy is on fire. But RuberBeef is taking it to a final fight every time, just like the beat 'em up.
Getting back to boxing range here, just slides on into the DMs. Okay, then again a 9K to slow it down. Beef trying to get back to boxing range again, poking down with some kicks. Charge 5A again, no stepping for you, Incendiate. And they right them back into it here.
Respect the patient play. Both of them, even RuberBeef trying to play right outside of those good ranges from Incendiate. Doesn't want to deal with anything here. Forcing out a soul charge. This is never the position you want to be in as Xianghua. Xianghua's soul charge is not nearly as powerful as her CE, but taking it with that AA soul charge follow-up, basically the same amount of damage as a CE here. I-10 instead of I-12, now forcing the soul charge out of Hilda. This could be it. Continues swinging and able to take it, trying to whip punish, expecting that RuberBeef would only do the first hit because of his patience, but his greed was actually not his undoing. Instead, his greed no longer sickens me. It leads to a victory.
Indeed, yeah, but that string is cheeky. You can catch a couple people off guard when you're playing Hilda and Soul Charge, because you can confirm that into it, either the BB follow-up or the AA. Catch those steps.
This is why I call them students of the game. Did you see that jump over the break attack low into the immediate 3K? That is something you only do if you are ready for everything.
The number of jumps from the 9Ks and just jumping in general we've seen from both of these players in the set alone is insane. Like, you'd think we're playing an anime fight with how much jumping's going on.
Absolutely, yeah. These players are trying their best to beat the lows with big jumps or beat some of the more powerful options that are mids by staying in the air so you don't get a full launch confirmed using that soul charge here. Both of them in soul charge is scary stuff. Once again, does not want to give away anything here. That could just be it. That AA soul charge follow-up is almost as chunky as a CE. Really good stuff. Incendiate taking that first game, but it was hard fought from RuberBeefMan.
Absolutely, like it's down to the wire. Like nobody wants to like press a button really because they're just trying to wait it out. They want so desperately for somebody to make a mistake and throw something out, but they're content to just move around for like a good 20 seconds without pressing anything, just because they want to get under the skin of the other player. I mean, both of these players obviously are tournament veterans, so that's not going to happen really, but you just need that one hit. You just need that one hit to take it, like you saw there at that last round. We'll have to see here if, with this next stage here, a little less room to move around. See if there's not a little bit more aggression from both of these players. Already, yeah, 6-6K coming out right away.
Yeah, big, just immediate kick. You know, sometimes you gotta hit him with a gut kick. Like, hey, slow down. You know, the offense is a little too fast for me right now. Probably charging, yeah, I was gonna say probably charging A, uses the B move there, which means we can assume he still has A charge available. There goes the B charge, uses a little bit of, doesn't get the regalia off it because they whiffed the button. So now back to this neutral game where, unfortunately, Incendiate is dominating this neutral game right now.
Again, the counter hit this charge 5A. I'm surprised that Ruber didn't go for the follow-up. I'm guessing they wanted the better Oki. Although the 3B there, Pixel and a Dream perhaps. Another jump over the low, but on the sidestep.
Maybe trying to expect the double 2A that Incendiate did in the previous game, but this time instead, after that first 2A whip, going for a sidestep instead. Really good stuff from Incendiate, not keeping his offensive pressure and defensive pressure too easily readable.
That was one round, my dude. One round in game 2. I feel like they played 2 whole rounds there in that last one. There was so much stuff going on in it.
Yeah, every round feels like an entire war. These two are taking it to the wire, playing these wars of attrition, and trying their best not to give away too many opportunities to get opened up.
Charge 5A again, and again, Incendiate's just playing such great defense here. And RuberBeef's trying to find something. The break attack getting stuffed by the guard.
And trying to go for a slower break attack that would at least call out a sidestep, but using a slow but dangerous step call out button himself was Incendiate to take that round. Now playing the small caliber is RuberBeefMan. No meter on the side of Incendiate. This is actually huge for RuberBeef if he can take this round without having to spend one of these bars of meter. Good throw, better break, keeping towards center stage here. Nice sidestep and getting the 5A as the punish.
Yeah, finally incorporating some of those 1As. Held a really good one, but you don't get much else after. You kind of have to step, I found. But hey, finally, good block on the... Oh, the sidestep B. Try to go for a 1A there again, but good challenge by Incendiate. Health lead.
He's willing to send it, and he is willing to send it on that 6-6K, on that 6-6B, but the retort was a sidestep 6-6K from Hilda. Really good stuff for RuberBeefMan there. Good throw. Unfortunately, not better break. Going to be pushed towards the corner here. A good sidestep out. That 1KK, the second hit follow-up is going to hit Incendiate here and leave RuberBeefMan with a pretty healthy life lead here.
Finally getting those charge A's to connect, gets the counter hit here.
Oh my god, did you see the patience? Look at the stagger steps from Incendiate, and RuberBeef just stood there, steadfast, like a golem. He's trying to bait an off-man, he's trying to goad something, but RuberBeef was not pressing, was not fighting back, instead was choosing to play this wall of defense that's worked for him in these last 2 rounds, and it's finally good to see him alive here. It looks like maybe there was some awakening, some deity inside of him has awoken and given him the powers of a Hilda god.
Absolutely. Run up, throw, great escape. Gets to confirm the 6-6-A-B in soul charge. Already back up to that ledge here. You gotta be careful. Another 9K. He's gotta hit. I have to imagine one of these days he's gonna hit an 8-A-B. He's gonna hit that lethal hit, but I'll pop up if he can do that. Okay, soul charge.
Forcing out the option there. Didn't think that he would go for it again. He's jumped over it twice, so thought maybe there would be no way he'd go for that unblockable setup, but he does. Pushes towards the corner. Has 1 bar of meter to play with. Incendiate is still in soul charge. I don't know if he's going to want to spend another on soul charge. Really wants to just use CE here, but having to spend that soul charge is a good position for RuberBeef. If he does get hit, though, he might just end up dying to the AAA plus B follow-up. Oh, that is actually enough to take it. Wow, using that 6A plus B soul charge follow-up. Huge stuff from Incendiate taking that game too. The game count is not the full indicator because, man, both of those matches were so close so far. Will we see some more adjustments from RuberBeef? Or is his clutch factor, is Incendiate's clutch factor just too much? Can I take a second to roast the TO real quick? Do you guys see those empty spots on the roster? Those are supposed to be characters. She just nabbed them, but that's okay. She's going to belt me. I already know it.
Yeah, probably. But hey, you deserve it, I think.
I was like, hey, those empty diamonds. Oh, no!
There it is.
Oh, no!
Okay.
Ooh, the snow stage. You know, this is an unfair advantage stage for Xianghua in her base outfit. She kind of blends in, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you're on the water side with the white outfit, she's white and blue. How do you see her?
I was gonna say it like back when I played it, I felt that too, but I didn't want to like sound like I was making excuses. But I'm glad to hear that somebody. Yeah, I'm glad to see somebody else thinks the exact same thing too. Actually,
I definitely think it's like a funny blend-in situation. It's not super bad because they make sure that the characters really are overextended and pop off in the background really well. But say you play the game on like really low graphics, I'm sure she looks impossible to see.
Yeah. All right, well, you know what's not impossible, potentially? Incendiate maybe going down one game here. Good counter hit here with the 6 XP. Ruber, again, making some adjustments here.
The
defense
challenge.
He does not want Ruber to feel confident on offense. He just is forcing him to play the defensive game and then nothing else. Again, you saw that. The mix up there with the 1K string and then the immediate backup. But, oh, the whiff! Oh, man. That's twice now that charge 6A is whiffed. Oh,
he's expecting a follow-up there. Huge. That is one of those situations where I believe you can GI that in one frame if you're ready. But if you're not, you kind of just end up dying trying to let go of block there because the follow-up for it is so fast.
Again, the wall rising B. Ruber's been doing a really good job of boxing it out here with Incendiate. He's been able to get a lot more of these mid-range pokes and whiff punishes. Another good break. Charge 5, 6A, I should say.
Oh, the plus frames trying to keep him in the corner here, but I like the Sabaki to get out, not going for the back throw, thinking that maybe he could potentially use the crouching stance to get out, but oh, another clash cancel. Good stuff from Incendiate. That could be it.
There it is. Yeah, that's gonna be at least one
because
round
of guts, that's death.
Yeah. Well, Mother, watch over her. Let's see.
Could be wrong. You know, that is gonna take it. Definitely dead.
All right, well, 2 bars of butter for Ruber. But you know what? Don't count out Incendiate. He just needs 2 more rounds to take it and get the grand finals. I'd say that's very likely if you mess up. They're like, well, with the 1A in neutral.
Tip range whip punish. Yeah, that was an amazing whip punish with that tip range 3B. Going for the mix after. Expecting only the first hit. Another good clash cancel. And that is just going to be enough to take it because clash cancels, unfortunately, for anyone who doesn't know, are completely freaking unscaled. What a nasty situation. Oh. Well, you know, someone call Sajam because I'm full of crap. I have no idea what I'm talking about, clearly. I couldn't, man. I was like, this is death. It's over. And, well, just enough to not take it. Left on the pixel here. A pixel and a dream. 2 bars of meter. Gonna spin this regalia here. Oh, this is scary. Trying to sidestep out. Doesn't get it. Needs to sidestep to the opposite direction. Doesn't even delay it. There's the 1K. The 1A. Doesn't want to spin either of these bars. I think you just have to spin the bar here. Good throw, better break. Oh, backs out of the 2K.
Goes back in.
Can he do this? He's got 10 seconds left on the board. Might have to spend a soul charge if he can't take it and Incendiate. So clutch. Almost lost that round, but the timing catch 6B. Oh my lord.
And then just goes in with the soul chart to start around here. Gonna change up the momentum here again, but Incendiate sees that as an invitation to start pressing his own buttons here.
This is now feeling like shark-infested waters. Incendiate, I won't say it's death. I'm going to wait this time. I have nothing to say until I see that KO. All right, I'm glad I didn't call it, but using that 2K as the way to close it out. Incendiate will be moving into the grand finals in a swift 3-0 fashion. But man, that round 4 of game 3 was some of the most patient and methodical caliber I've ever seen. Good stuff to RuberBeef. I hope we get to see him make it back to the grand finals.
Yeah, I mean, like that last game with the pixel, it had a huge dream, but at the very end there, just one little twitch duck there from X was enough to get it And then from there, just tried to change it up, go full aggression there to the Ruber, and then it's like, I'm in his head, I'm in the head, I'm gonna press buttons. What you gonna do about it? But
He
man,
went, you know, you could say he went full like monkey kung fu, and that's not like a racial thing. It's just that the character's Chinese, so she probably knows some form of kung fu. You know, she's gonna full aggro send it, and I think that was the perfect time to do it. After playing so slow, so methodical, both of them were playing full high tension stakes. Oh no, I'm getting belted again. Full high tension stakes. I think it's because I made the monkey kung fu joke, but.
Okay.
Right there, using that tempo change to close out the match and secure his seat in grand finals.
Yeah, insane, like peak caliber right there, folks. But hey, we're not done yet. We got to go to the loser's side here, of course. And on the loser's side, we have got SouzouLion in weight, and then we've got Ghost. They'll be going up against each other here in the loser's semi. And man, these two players in particular, both Extreme Fighter, no, not Extreme Fighter, Extreme Bosses. Yeah, I don't know why I keep saying Extreme Fighter Bosses. Doesn't make sense. They are bosses. But man, these two particular have been on a tear tonight. We only saw one match from Ghost. That 2B was like going 0 to 60 in 0.01 seconds, like nonstop aggression. There was no
a lot
letting
of
up on it.
fast plays, and I think that the point of it being fast plays is it makes it harder for you to adjust to some of the weaknesses that 2B has, right? Because you really have to think about how 2B is structured, and dismantling her offense is the best way to beat her. But if you're playing at lightning speeds and making your opponent get strong constantly, it's gonna feel as if this character is unbeatable.
Absolutely, but hey, you know what? SouzouLion Shoshimitsu has been kind of crazy tonight too. Has gone up against Rushdown characters, has gone up against Ivy, trying to zone them out. So if anybody can make the adjustments to the 2B aggression and then zoning with the backstep stuff, it's Souzou, because he is really good at making these adjustments that he needs to do.
Oh, they're letting the full intros rock. This is beast.
Nice. I'd like to see it. We gotta get the hype going. This is loser semi. Winner goes on, loser goes home. You lose out on some points too for XFS Showdown.
But everyone right now is in some pretty big points. So right now you just want to try to keep going, get as far as you can. I think when you're this late into a tournament, you don't really think about winning or losing. You just think, I'm gonna try to go as far as I can. As far as I can get. I already made the top 8. I'm already in this top 4 contention. Let's just see how far we can run it down. And right now, running it down is SouzouLion. Has a huge life lead versus Ghost, but dang, very smooth sidestep. They're not getting anything off of because good throw, but better break from Souzou. And this might be enough to take it with a 4B, and he does it. I think that was 4B or 2B. I was wrong.
2B against 2B. You could have figured.
Oh, and a phenomenal read on that GI. That's a huge amount of damage. Unfortunately, whiffs the follow-up there.
Running in there with the... I think that's a 6-6K, the knee, right?
Yeah, the knee is 6-6K indeed. You're very right.
Ghost slowing it, or not slowing it down, turning it up, I should say.
Yeah, absolutely. Keeping SouzouLion stuck at the wall there. Really good stuff. And doesn't even have to use any of the meter. Almost sitting at 2 bars after Souzou spinned one to try to stave off the pressure in that round. This is a big win for Ghost.
Yeah, and of course, already close. Well, there it is right there, I think. Oh, okay, wait, one more hit will do it.
Yeah, there we go. 2 bars of meter now, but the downside of 2 bars of meter when fighting against Yoshimitsu is BBB is now a lethal hit follow-up if you don't spend some of your meter.
Right. Oh, well.
Just enough to get the ring out there. Really, really close to that ring edge. If he was just a little further back, would have lived, but the Dragonfly A able to take it.
I don't need to use meter where you can just throw them off a ledge. That works pretty well. I mean, that's what happens in Tekken all the time, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, right? Just throw them off the edge at the end, because in Tekken, there's no full ring outs. But, you know, in this game, we're not so lucky. You miss position, and instead of taking a wall combo, sometimes you just lose the whole round.
Indeed. Well, here, back throw gets the follow-up here now. 2 bars of butter for our players, rolling away from the wake-up option there. But, nah, Ghost is going to go right back into it here. Okay.
Bringing it to a final round situation with both of them having full meter in the final. You can't do that versus, yeah, you can't do that versus.
Yeah.
That was a bad idea. Maybe expecting an approach option immediately on offense, but SouzouLion was totally fine with playing that defensively to get that big life lead here and spin one of those bars of meter. Still has one more to play with for the soul charge. Now spinning it instead on a wall rising A plus B. Nice, good punish, beating the Dragonfly K. He is spinning all his meters so frivolously.
Good throw there. A Ghost. Got to keep this momentum going here. Goes in for the Excel Stance again.
Oh my gosh,
goes
that's
in
death.
for the command grab.
And you just see, yeah, that's it. Don't even need the CE. Instead, the 4-4B to close it out. Really good stuff there. Playing through all of that meter.
Absolutely. Like, I thought it was almost going to be a shoe-in there for Zozo in those last couple of seconds, and then one read was all that it took. Turn it around.
Yeah, that was powerful. Really good stuff.
I didn't say
Indeed.
anything yet.
All right, we're going to go here now to the... Oh, this is River Stage, ain't it? Yeah.
Yes, this is River Stage, which is another good stage for Yoshimitsu, but that last stage was also pretty good for the character. I don't think this character has too many bad matchup stages outside of Ostrheinsburg Castle, and this is a character that he's already going to struggle against. You really need these extra matchup points where you can get them by having a stage that's good for Yoshimitsu.
Playing the intros again, man. I just really like those, I gotta say.
Maybe they're both 2B fans. I believe they both played Nier Automata, the actual game, so it kind of makes sense. This fun fact, this game had 2B before Granblue did, so you know, if there's a pioneer of 2B, it's us.
You know, I kind of forget that 2B had her own game because I see her in so many other games in general these days.
Yeah, she's
just
so
like,
powerful, such a ubiquitous guest character that you kind of forget she's not a guest character. She's gonna be in the next Smash for sure, 100%.
Oh yeah, totally. All right, Sozo, too far away to whiff punish that. Still keeping it going here at the...
That was a really messed up back throw. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's gonna kill. Yeah, you can't stop. Whoa! Just enough to duck under it and get the big launch. That was nasty. That was disgusting stuff. Oh my goodness, I was not expecting that. I thought that was gonna be a full whip punish. Sozo was definitely ready for the timing.
We all got mixed up on that. Okay, good break there. Another side set. Man, Ghost is just having these side sets on point. Gets another back throw. Another perfect input. You see how that little spark there. That's Splice now. And, like, channeling some Shohei Ohtani with these home run hits, I gotta say. And then that's another home run. Get him out of the park.
Yeah, now they're both ringing each other out. Last time we see SouzouLion do it. This time we see Ghost do it. Nice. Both of them trying to just cheese out as many rounds as they can with these. Oh, that's going to be a punish. Nice. Using the wall rising K immediately. That is some good frames. Backing away. Expecting a full launch attempt from Sozo, but doesn't get it. So his follow-up was incorrect, trying to use that 4-4A.
3B gets the launch. Another 3B.
Oh, and trying to backstep away there.
Yeah.
Nice 5A. 5A, 5A, B slide A on Just Frame. Just trying to use as much time as he could on the overkill there.
Yeah,
Airborne. Good stuff.
Butter. Whoop. 3B again. Got her out of the air. Hey, nice duck there. Using that a little too much there, I think, is Ghost calling out the follow-up in the AA. Dragonfly A follow-up as well, too. Doesn't get the ring out, but okay, returning to neutral now here. Doesn't want to deal with that water.
Yeah, I respect it. Actually, the reason why he's backing away isn't actually because of the water. Instead, he's backing away to see if he could force a whiff from Ghost so that he could immediately land a CE to close out the game. That would have just won him the game. There is that BBB lethal hit when you try to press buttons versus Yoshimitsu. This is exactly the situation you want to be in. And now you still have that BBB follow-up as well, too. Very scary. Oh, that is not going to be a whiff punish. Okay, well, I guess I just don't know whiff punishes anymore. I don't... Okay, well... Sure, that's big damage here, and takes away some more of this soul gauge. This is pretty good. Could potentially use his last soul charge to close out the round, knowing no longer having to deal with a soul charge or a CE from Yoshimitsu. There goes the last little bit of that soul gauge. Half a bar meter here. One more mix-up. Doesn't even need it. Tries the Yukimi out, and SouzouLion catches the Yukimi with the 3BB.
It's absolutely amazing. Just... it's hard to describe what's going on, if I'm being honest, just because it's such heavy momentum shifts back and forth, back and forth. You get one hit in, and you think, okay, well, this person's get this round in the bag. Oh, no, there was a big read there. And then now it's going to the other player. Jeez. And we're going back to the same stage here, so keep the same energy going here. But, man, those ring outs, like, disrespectful. Just absolutely disrespectful, in my opinion. They just, you think you're safe, and the next thing you know, you're taking a bath, and... well, I guess it's on to the next round for us.
Yeah, Splish Splash, take a bath. These gamers are feeling kind of dirty, trying to get the nastiest mix-ups possible on each other and trying to get in each other's heads, really. There's a lot of options they've been using here that are very untraditional, and it's mostly because a lot of these players have played each other more than enough now. We are not in the early stages of Soulcalibur VI where there's not too many players that are unfamiliar with each other. Now, we all know each other pretty well, and you've got to do something dastardly if you want to knock out someone from a tournament.
Indeed. I think like the thing, there's not been a lot of Soulcalibur in this set. It's been just kind of like home run after home run swing after home run swing. They're going for the fences here. Kind of have to.
Now Brickman, full respect intended. Do either of these characters look like they want to play some small caliber?
I mean, when you got a big sword like that, probably not. And you know what?
Yeah,
well,
like,
there you go, right there.
Big caliber versus mix-up monkey man. Like, this is not wrong game plan for the characters on screen, and that's okay, right? It just means that we get more high-octane matches here and a lot of buttons being pressed, faster paced than the match we just saw. So this is probably a good thing, but it does mean that we're going to lead to more explosive rounds, just like this right now. It feels like the round's been only going on like 15, 20 seconds, and it's already over.
Up 66K right in your face. You thought you could throw out a button in neutral? Nah, Yoshi's gonna run in and then the lethal hit.
Follow-up. And going for the Oki situation this time here. Ooh, nice. Good roll around, not expecting the 3B, thinking that there was going to be an alternative option, and there was. Ghost was right, but now he's got to deal with impending mix-ups of the Dragonfly Ks and the Dragonfly A+Bs.
Try to call it out.
Oh,
he's using another one.
Has a little bit of meter left to play with here. Doesn't want to spend it. Backing away, but still blocking the 4K, not getting caught on the backsteps. SouzouLion is playing this as if he no longer needs to press buttons, which I think is good, right? Hoping that he can maybe make Ghost hang himself here, trying his best to, trying to beat that throw with an immediate 5K, and there it is. Calls it out with the AA to close out the round and close out the set. He played so much defense there, took so many hits, knowing that if he just got the one, the game was over. Phenomenal defensive play from SouzouLion at the end of that game there.
Don't want to be that guy in the chair, but I gotta call it out. Ghost, you had 2 bars of butter. What
I love when people die like a pharaoh. That's my
doing?
favorite. Yeah, like I love gold. You know, you don't need to spend it. Just hold on to it forever. Eventually, it'll appreciate in value. If you go into the next round with 2 bars, you'll get more of it. That's the rule.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that?
Yeah, it's meter interest. You know, you get more meter, you get more longer on, you hang on to it.
Stonks. We love stonks out here. Big fans.
Meter stonks. That's a good description, actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
He can take his meter stonks right down to the spectator side of the bracket, and now we are on to our top 3 for SouzouLion, RuberBeef, and Incendiate. 3 names we probably expected to see in our top 3, if we're honest.
Oh yeah, I mean, these are all extreme bosses for a reason. They've been here before, and I have a feeling they want to get as many of those points as they want, so they're not gonna just take it easy on people. You know, they're gonna get in there, they're gonna get those points, and they're gonna see each other in the grand finals, lose the semis, and all that stuff again. It's like, okay, I know we're friends and all, we have a history, but I want those points. But you know what you can do if you're in the chat and you weren't competing tonight? We do have a Matcherino for all of our fine fellows in the chat. Exclamation point Matcherino in the chat. It's in there right now for you, so you don't have to go searching for it. Click that beautiful purple little link right there and grab those Matcherino codes. Folks, we've got 23 codes remaining out of 50 tonight. We are so close. We can get it down, I believe. We still got 2 sets to go through. We have to give a couple of shout outs here after this set here, but all the people who have claimed codes tonight, you know who you are. You know you're based. Keep at it. You're beautiful people. Okay, Beanie. We're back here. Again, like 3 sets in a row
stage.
Now. We like this funny stage. I can tell Sozo likes it.
Yeah, definitely someone is just trying to go for a swim. I guess they've all realized they're all stinky gamers and need to take a bath. So we keep ending up on the stage where if you get wrung out, you're right into the water. But currently right now, we're right into the action. SouzouLion immediately playing as aggressive as possible versus RuberBeef. But this is a player with a lot of defense, a lot of small caliber, and it's very hard to keep him completely pinned down. SouzouLion's doing a good job of it so far, but one read could be his undoing. Taking that first round phenomenally fast.
Absolutely. I mean, Sozo had that entire set to play really aggressive there, get ready for that, but immediately making adjustments for Ruber's more defensive approach here. Backing off again, charge 5A, calls out the run-in. 66K trying to get in here again. Ruber just trying to slow it down still, has that sword regalia. Hell sweep. Low kick string here, and then just going to press those B strings here.
Yeah,
now.
the door knocker,
Great
the
sidestep.
60B. Yeah, able to keep himself alive here, but unfortunately, now at 1 tick of health. You guys are probably wondering why you just saw Yoshimitsu kill himself. And the reason why is if he suicides while down in life and dies, you get a giant chunk of meter for suicide. Just a giant, like a massive chunk. So instead of trying to play out that round and win on a pixel, gave himself a nice little stimulus check of meter. That's pretty good. He got himself some Trump bucks.
Absolutely. Okay, well, you know what, RuberBeef finally kind of getting it down here, getting that back step and the zoning down on point, calls out the run-in again, and now we're both at 2 bars of butter for our players here. Ruber again,
May I just
really
say,
good at boxing. Go ahead.
Getting the Trump bucks there and spending the meter and then dying on 2 bars of meter, knowing you get a meter for final round is, how can I say, diabolical. Diabolical.
I mean, it's a Yoshimitsu name. So
I guess they live on a different plane of existence for sure. And I don't know if it's particularly about, because look at this. Like, who thinks to do this? Okay, doesn't sidestep out. Stuck at the corner here now. This is a good situation for Ruber. Now at least he has the back to his. Oh, whoa! Sidestepping towards the ring edge. Scary stuff. Just trying to run him down. Doesn't want to give anything away here, but finally getting clipped, called out by the 6-6K.
Okay, final round here. Filled it with 2 bars of butter, but might not even get a chance to use it here. Great call here by Souzo. Punish here with the AA, but again, trying to sidestep there.
Spending that bar meter, doesn't want to have to deal with the BBB counter hit, lethal hit. Saw what happened to his previous opponent in Ghost and said, you know what, I'm going to spin this meter. I don't need to hold on to it. There's no point. It doesn't do nothing. Oh, wow. Phenomenal anti-air.
Yeah, if she had gotten that right, if that move hits while the opponent is in the air, that is a lethal hit, but the timing, obviously, with that jumping stance, very finicky. You gotta be really careful with it, obviously, because you get hit by it, but I like the idea. Plus frames now. Really fishing for that charge 6A.
Oh, backing away and the sidestep out to beat the follow-up, and that is going to be enough to take it.
Nice. Great sidestep movement there. Ruber's got, like, nerves of steel, my dude. Like, if I was playing in that situation instead, like, I am throwing out buttons in neutral like nobody's business, I probably whiff something big, and then I get hit with the CE from Yoshimitsu. Credit to Ruber for just absolutely playing solid defense, moving around, playing very patiently, and then waiting for the perfect opportunity just to sidestep around it all. Finally off the river stage here, so forcing Souzo to have a nice little change of scenery here for the first time in a couple of matches here, but still a lot of room to move around.
Yeah, this is a pretty good stage for Ruber. Definitely, 100%, but it looks like so far Souzo is not trying to play that long-range game. Immediately walked in as soon as the round started and has been as sticky as possible ever since winning this round so far off the back of staying in that range 0, but Ruber now realizing this is not the play and needs to keep Yoshimitsu a little further away.
You can see there the 6-6Ks, creating some space. Counter hit.
Because it hit airborne. It's because it hit airborne, so you actually don't get the launch because you don't get the splat in the same way that you would if they were standing. Wow, yep. Good stuff from Yoshi from SouzouLion to be airborne and keep that confirmed from immediately ending the round. RuberBeefMan still able to take it off of the back of the next mix-up, but something to keep in mind whenever you're fighting against a character as strong as Hilda.
Yeah, but I like that Ruber is still using those grabs, trying to keep him on his toes on defense. Okay, back to neutral. Great back step again. Try to call it the Okizeme. Great job staying on the ground there, did Souzo. But again, RuberBeefMan right on back to boxing range. Got both Spear and Sword Regalias. Okay, here we go. Time for the Hell Sweep mix-ups. Blocks, second one, gets lethal hit.
Lethal hit, and I think this is more than enough to just take it off the back of this lethal hit into CE alone.
Absolutely here. 2 rounds there to Ruber. And it's just best of 5 though, so even if they get this next round here, we're not done just yet. But man, looking really good with the movement right now is Ruber. Sidestep on that one. See, that's why I say that move is my vice move. If I throw that out so much, like 8-8 B plus K and 2-2 B plus K, like people are gonna start stepping like crazy, and I get blown up just like that. I felt that.
Oh, just trying to keep him towards the wall here. Going for that 2-2B with a giant life lead. I don't know why he would risk it. It is only -12, but right now RuberBeef is on the back foot. Has 40 seconds to try to come back, but this doesn't feel like one of the easier comebacks to make, and SouzouLion brings it through, takes that round, and still sits on the meter, doesn't have to spend it there.
Sidestep there, 3B gets blocked, and now Ruber trying to kind of slow it down here, a little less movement, you can kind of see. 3K, try the challenge. Get called out there again with the backstep. Ukemi gets caught as well. 3B, the pickup. And again, same situation, but the sidestep beast. Not 7 golden letters. I don't know why I can't count, but that's 7 golden letters there for Souzou, and he's turning this game around just like that. We're going back on the offensive here. Got the Sword Regalia. Didn't confirm it. Plus frames, though, with the break attack here. And now Ruber really
backing away from
nice.
Backing away from the full cards 3K there, giving him a small whiff punch opportunity, and he takes it. That's going to make SouzouLion think more about those full tip range full cards 3Ks, because if he makes one whiff, that's going to be a huge lethal hit, just like we saw in that first round.
Oh, man. And then just good, solid play there by Ruber. Kept his cool. Got the Dragonfly stance out of the air with the charge 6A there. Confirmed it. Got the combo, and then the 1K string into the charge 5A to close it out there. Just really good, solid fundamentals. He saw that the defense was playing a little bit too passively in those last 2 rounds. Started cooking a little bit in the offense, and that's 2 games here now to Ruber. Last one here, just needs 1 more game to get back to the grand finals to get that run back. But Souzou, the walls, now correct me if I'm wrong, I thought somebody in chat said it earlier, the walls move on this stage?
Yeah, I think this, fun fact, between each round, the walls change from the corners to the open middle spaces. So if this round is over quick enough, we'll then see that the walls will move from the corners, which they are right now, hugging the corner is in the L fashion, to being 4 straight walls, leaving the corners exposed instead.
Absolutely crazy. And now Hilda here, the sword and spear regalia, going back to that neutral game. I mean, Ruber definitely does a really good job when they can just play at this range right here. Tried to back up there. Great job to 4.
And that's going to take it. Yep, you just immediately use that spear art after, and that's more than enough. Also has a bar of meter to play with for this next round. I'm expecting to see the full walk-in. There it is from SouzouLion, but not letting SouzouLion get away with that. RuberBeef is taking advantage of all of these extremely aggressive approaches, getting these big leads and forcing SouzouLion to continually run to him and make mistakes, take away as much of that health gauge as possible through wars of attrition and nickel and diamond.
Trade going in favor of Souzou there. Now he's got to deal with that Dragonfly stance. Great patience. Again, the wall rising D plus K.
And then 1KK.
Nice. I love it. And here, set point now for Ruber. Souzou's got to find something here. He's got 2 bars of butter now here, but the sidestep's still on point for Ruber. You got to find a way to get this man to stop stepping. Charge 5B, and then, oh yes, my favorite move in all fighting games. 8-8, P plus K.
Oh, hey, spinning a bar. This is good. Still has a little bit of life to play with here. Just going to have to survive in the soul charge so he doesn't immediately die. This is scary, though, because 1 whiff could immediately lead to a CE. Going to have to play this patient. Already losing a soul charge without being able to do anything off of it.
Ruber, let it rip. I know you want to use that 6AAB with the spear regalia.
Doesn't even need it. Able to close it out with another small caliber button. The BA able to take it. RuberBeef working his way back to the grand finals. We have our top 2 officially and our top 3 as well. Good stuff to SouzouLion for making it as far as he did, but our final 2 competitors once again will be, instead we'll be reviewing the full bracket before moving into our grand final. So let's take a look at that bracket for tonight.
Here, we saw from the start, we had the likes, again, looking at the bracket again, stacked bracket, we had the likes of Father Ramon, V-Doozle, RuberBeefMan, SweatySpaghetti, Okajin, Okamijin. I said the name right for the record. Superflydrew, Gold Yorha. And looking at that here, we had Incendiate starting out in the quarter, staying on the top all throughout the entire bracket here, taking down the likes of Okamijin, SouzouLion, and RuberBeefMan. On the other end, too, we had SouzouLion going up against Ghost, and Superflydrew taken down by Zeo to the losers bracket. RuberBeefMan going down and beating Gold Yorha, sending them down to losers, and then sending Zeo down as well here, too. And of course, looking at that loser side here, Superflydrew going up against Souzou, which got sent there to... I'm kind of getting lost. I don't know why I'm getting lost here. I'm looking at the bracket myself. Souzou taking down Superflydrew, who was having a really great showing tonight as well, and then going up against Ghost on the loser side, eventually losers finals, sending Ghost home. And man, it's been great. But hey, like you said, Beanie, we got Incendiate with Ruber with the run back here from winners final and grand finals again here. Just a really great bracket tonight. A lot of O2s, I know, none of them felt close. None of them felt like they were really not close. Maybe
Every
one,
match
and that was it.
hard fought. Even the matches that say 2-0 here, 3-0 here, they were all hard fought, and our top 4 fought hard to get here. That would be Incendiate, RuberBeefMan, SouzouLion, and Ghost. Congratulations to our full top 4. We only have 2 players remaining, but I think we have a lot of something else remaining. Would you by any chance know what we have a lot remaining of? By any chance, Brickman?
I think I know exactly what you're talking about, Beanie. We've got 22 Mancherino codes still left to be claimed. Somebody adopt these codes, okay, man? They're just sitting there. Are you telling me you don't like to give free money to your community? Come on, man. Just go to !point Mancherino in the chat if you need it. There should be a link down there for you. Click that little purple link. It'll take you to the website. Use one of 50,000 different accounts that you can use to log in and claim that code for free. And then you contribute a free 25 cents to the pot. We're at $57 here tonight for the winners here. And man, I mean, 22, we should be able to get that. I'm seeing people in the chat that haven't claimed it yet. We got more than 22 people in the chat, I can see. Go on in there. Like, support your community. We all love a good, healthy community like that. And this is the best way to show that you love this game and your community members.
Yeah, I think there's no reason to let those codes go to waste. It is free money for the competitors, and if you have been having a good time enjoying the show so far, even if you don't have a code remaining, you've got a friend who likes fighting games, a friend who maybe has seen Soulcalibur or any other fighting game before and wants to throw some support, send them a link to the Matcherino, send them a link to the stream so they can come by, watch the grand finals, and give that $3.25.
Like, you see the list of people there. They're all based. There is no other word for it. They're just based like that. They're cool. They're the cool kids, you know? You remember those 90s sitcoms? There was that one kid with his group of friends, and they all wore shades indoors. That's this group right here, man. You cannot think of anything more cool than supporting a community like that. That's just how it is. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them. That's how it is. Anyway, looks like we're getting ready here for our grand finals. Again, the run back RuberBeef and Incendiate, and again, this is for first place, which means 300 points going to one of these players here tonight. Incendiate was the winner of the last XFS, if I'm not mistaken, so if they can get the win here tonight, that's 600 cool points for just winning 2 Soulcalibur tournaments. But hey, Ruber, you know, those 300 points are pretty nice. You can buy a loud Chipotle for 300 points. They really want those points, so it could be pretty back and forth.
Yeah, this is a lot of points. I think that this is a big deal for Incendiate for sure. Like, I think starting off the first 2 weeks in first place, it's kind of telling. Like, this is the caliber of players we have here and the consistency of our top 2. Because I believe last week it was also Ruber in top 3 or top 2 as well. So, man, what a phenomenal showing it's been so far. But right now, the only thing showing is how dominant Incendiate looks in this first half, this first beginning of the grand finals. Because if you guys don't know, the way it works in fighting games is if you are in loser side, you have to win 3 straight or 3 and then win 3 again before your opponent wins 3 once. There will be a reset if RuberBeefMan can win 3 before Incendiate wins 3. Otherwise, Incendiate only needs to win 3 games here within the first 5.
Indeed. Already here, slightly more solid start here for Ruber. That first round was kind of a whack start. They had the sidestep, and then they did the reversal edge there. I don't know if it was intended, but felt like an odd choice considering we hadn't seen Ruber use reversal edge at all tonight, really.
Yeah, round start reversal edge seems a little insane for a player who's so good on defense, very passive and waits around, doesn't really use giant committal options on things like reversal edge, but it did allow Incendiate to take that first round and leave him on a 1 mix-up situation for this round 2, attempting to jump over the 6BA, but getting hit by the second hit, getting clipped by the 6BB instead. Really good stuff. Going for that level 1 Yomi, Incendiate keeping it clean, KISS, keep it simple, stupid, and that is how you win games.
Okay, now Ruber back to the space that he likes. He likes to have this medium range right here, keep the opponent out, but the problem with Incendiate is that he likes doing that too. He'll stay by, he'll just kind of let you make mistakes, and then immediately launch in CE you if you do that. Ooh, nice sidestep there though. Ooh,
missed one earlier, but at least capitalizing off of this big wall situation here, walking him back towards the wall, immediately pressing that AA, does not want to give RuberBeef any more room to play with here, gets the reversal on the wall, able to take the wall pressure for himself, but Ruber playing this passively, that small sidestep into the immediate 5K to close out the round.
Again, good sidesteps there. That's one thing, again, just top
soul charge
level
for the
Caliber
splat?
players. Oh, almost. Not quite, though.
He actually blocks both hits, tries to use an AA as a punish, but unfortunately, Xianghua is still in crouch for that. Gonna have to use a crouching button or a mid to punish that. I don't remember the exact frames on it, but like I said, RuberBeef, one of the students of the game, probably expecting some other option out of Incendiate immediately. Great sidestep.
Nice anticipation on the second hit of that string. Counter hit 5A. And getting back to neutral, just like that. That's Ruber, but oh man.
Take a shot. Take
Yep.
a shot.
Taking one right now. Take a sip.
Yep, that is another 2-2B into CE. Not enough to take it, but once again, another mix-up situation. Blocks the 1K. The 1A really gets stuff and immediately retorts with the wall rising K. Unfortunately, Incendiate ready for that vertical and punishes it immediately with the 6B to close out the round. Playing that mid-range game, phenomenal at the end there, waiting for Ruber to commit and capitalizes.
Yeah, that's the thing with a lot of Hilda's verticals. Like, there are some verticals in this game where you swear you stepped it and you still get hit by it. Hilda's in particular, they are very linear. If they even so much as move an inch to the left or right on the side step, they're within that vertical with Hilda, unfortunately. And the 6-6B plus K is one in particular where it's like, oh, I'm slightly off axis, guess I'll die.
Yeah, absolutely. Any sort of off-axis situation there, and your life is basically going, hey, we're back on the same stage. Ooh, starting off with the 6-6K, aggression out of RuberBeef instead. Maybe trying to set a new pace for this match so that Incendiate has to play through something new. Don't give him the same old game plan that he's very clearly become accustomed to, right? That first set was close. It was 3-2, but it is, or maybe it was 3-0, but close every match. It's hard to remember with how close these competitors keep these rounds, but right now it looks like RuberBeef is trying his best to play more aggressively and force situations.
Good 9K to go over the roll. Backing away from that charge 5B. Man, whiff punch again by Incendiate. Try to go for the 2-2. Nah, just, you know what?
2-2B doesn't even have to use a CE and doesn't have enough meter forward anyway.
Didn't even need it. Just do another vertical immediately after the first one, and then you usually get something out of it. Oh, again, the
another
side
2-2B. Not spending the meter here yet. Another 2-2B attempting to try to catch something. I like the backsteps here.
Imagine trying to catch a player like Incendiate where you see this kind of movement. It's got to be so infuriating where it's just like, I just need to get one hit in and he's just flying all over the place, stepping here, stepping there, stepping all over the place.
Yeah, trying to goad him into more buttons. It's not working out for him here. Still playing really patient, but dang, finally calling him out on the timing is Incendiate. Was trying so hard to play like a statue. Didn't want to give Incendiate too much there, but gave him just enough timing to start up that CE and to call him out on the delayed mid. Phenomenal. So this guy's overkills are just so disrespectful.
I gotta notice that. Didn't want to say anything, but I feel like it's intentional. It's that psychological warfare we talked about earlier. Soul charge here. Get off of me. Immediately goes back into the sidestep. Oh my goodness gracious!
Yeah, that button is giving him so much mileage.
Absolutely. Just step 8-8, 2-2. That's half your offense right there. Just whiff it and then proceed as normal if you're an exploiter. Finally getting a counter hit there.
Oh yeah, there is the 3A into the immediate throw follow-up. That's going to be enough to take it here. The throw does scale, but he is definitely below the guts rating. He will die here. That is going to be game number 2 for Incendiate. That one was significantly less close. It really feels as if he is pulling further away, making more adjustments, and RuberBeef just is not keeping speed to catch up.
Indeed. It's just kind of like fighting against a gnat, you know? It's constantly way out of range, flying all over the place. You try to go and try to reach out for it. It's way away from where you threw your attack, and then you're getting whiff punished. And man, it's gotta. What do you think RuberBeef's got to do, Beanie, to try to slow down some of this movement?
You know, it feels like in that first round, he needs to play more aggressive, but when he tried to, it felt like it was immediately shut down the next round by the retort of aggressiveness from Xianghua, because she's a better character at it. Well-roundedly, it feels like you just have to play a good zoning game, but Incendiate is a player who's well-versed at getting in against these long-range characters.
Yeah, it's hard to play zoning against a character who never presses any buttons in neutral. There, finally caught the step there again. 1A. Back up the neutral here again. You gotta be careful with the approach.
Oh, they're both playing at full screen now. Neither one of them wanting to commit to anything that might get them whiff punished significantly, but finally pressing a button there, and it's able to land using that 3B, pushing towards the corner. This is a great throw. Gonna lose the corner, but secure a giant life lead here with only 7 seconds left and no soul charge on either side. That throw is not enough to take it, but the 1KK itself is.
Yeah, had to do something there. Pressed right. Finally a round on the board here for RuberBeef. Really needed that. Like, just really close round, obviously, but one mix-up was enough to take it. Back step there to avoid the charge AA. Oh, not that one, though. Good with punish. Oh, God.
Ooh, this is a huge wall corner. A huge wall corner combo. This is great. And now going to even lead to a mix-up after. Oh, able to Yukimi towards the center stage. Did not want to stay on the wall here. Took a lot of damage to secure some space, but might be able to make something big happen here if he lands one of those 2-2B. If he lands a 2-2B, this round is over. If he lands a 2-2B, this round is over. We just got to hope that he's able to close it out before 2-2B becomes a problem. Uh-oh, instead, one mix-up. Oh, and the delayed mid again to close it out. Man, Incendiate is just so difficult to crack open in these final round clutch situations.
Yeah, it's just like nerves of steel, like we mentioned earlier. Like, even though Incendiate might not have the health lead, it always feels like he's in control of the match because he needs just one good read to get like 50% of your health gone. They're just doing the run in here, the nice string, forces the soul charge out to kind of return the neutral. Again, RuberBeef has got to enforce this neutral gameplay here. Gets the charge 6A, gets the full combo. Now you got the wall to deal with here now too. Still Incendiate finds a way to just move out of the way. Spiragalia doesn't get a whiff on the sidestep, but you know what? Didn't also get blown up, so that's okay.
Ooh. Yeah, trying to jump over that mid, doesn't want to have to deal with any of the actual grounded pressure. I think that's really smart. It stops Incendiate from being able to get bigger pressure, and somehow a crazy whiff happening there. Able to close it out, but using that hell sweep with the Spear Regalia to take that. Are we gonna see a round? Is it time? Is RuberBeef gonna get a game? I'm excited.
I gotta call out that Twitch duck there. That was some Zhao Yu AOP level stuff that you see in Tekken, man.
She is a character who ducks mids. There is a few characters who be breaking the rules of every 3D fighter, and well, yeah. So that's a mid, by the way. That's not a high. She just rolled under it. That's exactly what I meant.
Good poke there.
Ooh,
there's
nice,
a good 9K. Caught it.
And I think that's enough to take it. That is enough to take it, even right at the edge of guts. Finally putting himself on the board here. 2-1 for RuberBeef. Signs of life. We get more games, which means more time for Matcherino codes and more phenomenal Soulcalibur for you, the viewers.
Do it, people. We need it. Go do it. You know you want to. But man, it finally felt like Ruber was starting to, I think, get the timing on the movement down a little bit more, but also I think maybe Incendiate played a little loosely there at the end. Maybe did some moves that were unnecessary. Could have just kind of pressed the attack if they really wanted to, but Ruber finally getting that game on the board here, staying alive, another game at the very least. But you know what? I believe in it. I believe in the Yoshi pick, the Hilda. There's a way that you can win this set, I'm pretty sure. You gotta just do it, RuberBeef. You can do it.
Is he swapping characters? Are we maybe seeing the Ivy or the Geralt out of Incendiate? No, just maybe a little bit of icing. Okay. You know, when someone's playing hot, sometimes you got to put a little bit of ice on them. Just hit the ice chest real quick, slow them down, take your time at the character select screen. It's not against the rules per se, and it gives you another stage here, just in case maybe you think the stage was a factor.
I will say, like, this stage is, I would say, pretty neutral. Lots of room to move around for both players, but then you get that wall pressure and the ring out pressure. It can go either way. It's pretty
Yeah, this is
not
one of the
as
more
exciting.
neutral stages in the game, for sure. One of the more neutral stages. This and Shrine of Idris, the Sophitia and Cassandra stage. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Good
660.
approach option call out. I like that.
Walks the move that time here. Turn and strike. Another 9K. I gotta
Just
figure out.
running.
I gotta figure out how Ruber's able to do that so confident. Those 9Ks over lows. I gotta learn that. That is so cool. Try the jump there. Oh, okay.
And another phenomenal read with that delayed mid from Incendiate.
Tries the 6-6B. 3K. Hell sweep. Was a little low that time.
Oh, nice. Calling out the approach with the 3B. Scary here, trying to call out a backstep. That 6-6B not doing much, but at least pushes Ruber towards the corner here. The immediate retort with the 1A, trying to use that 2A to immediately stuff the timing of Hilda's potential approach option.
Yeah. Oh, not gonna get a chance to use it. No.
This guy's timing is so powerful. RuberBeef was just not able to press anything there in that last like 10, 15 seconds of the round, it felt like. Good throw, but better break. 1A. The charge for 8. Getting the Regalia here. He has Regalia for both. This could be Hell Sweep or mid. What a terrifying situation. Already down in life too as well.
Oh, the roll. Away from the 1K string there. Soul charge. Get off the wall.
Cards of meter here. Attempting to use the Sabaki there. This is a giant amount of life taken. Good throw. Pushing towards the ring edge here. Weight on the ground.
Nice.
Doesn't want to do it with the 2-2B.
Okay, soul charge again to get off of me. Man,
I can
Ruber.
respect the soul charge here, right? Up 2 rounds, no reason not to spend it. Good throw, but better break. You kind of slow down some of the offense from Ruber. Force them to have something good here. And if they're wrong and they don't have anything good, they just die to the 2-2B. But using that defensive low to close out the round, that back steps, back sway low. What a back sway low? That's messed up. Wait a minute. A backswing blow low?
Okay, good break there by the throw. Oh, good throw break, I should say. Repeat, starting to run away with this round. Oh, okay, while rising B, another 3B. Never mind, Incendiate's right back into it.
Phenomenal whip punish, and now holding on to this life lead. Not gonna be able to hold it for long if they hold too many of these buttons, because once again you are taking chip while your opponent is in soul charge, but not really giving RuberBeefMan much of a chance to press too many buttons in that soul charge, waiting to see if he can land one of these 2-2Bs or 3Bs, but instead just going for the statue throw. You want to stand there, we'll just throw you. Hold the mix up.
Okay,
Using a soul charge, knowing he has one left, and that is enough to take it. Incendiate is this 2-time Soulcalibur VI XFS Season 1 champion? He's secured himself a sixth of the points so far. 2/6 of the points so far. Yeah, a third. I said that right the first time. A third of the points. Wow.
Yeah, you got it.
Phenomenal stuff. Playing as patient and as passively as possible, making the right reads and callouts. RuberBeef is a phenomenal player, and it just looked like there Incendiate was a cut above. Congratulations to all of our top competitors tonight, and a phenomenal showing of talent across the entire board. Here is the full bracket. These 2-0s and 0-2s and 0-3s and 3-0s do not tell the full picture. All of these matches were hard fought, and they were phenomenal in their own right.
Indeed, man. Yeah, it's great to see so many people coming back here to play again. And then in Incendiate, like you said, 2-time winner here. But I mean, close sets, 3-0s, like, sure, they might say like it's not close, but no, all those sets were pretty dang close. Shout outs to RuberBeefMan for second place, SouzouLion with fourth, Ghost with fourth. Did I say it out of order? I meant SouzouLion with third and Ghost with fourth. My bad.
Correct.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then our top two is Incendiate with first place and RuberBeefMan with second, which means because we have some Xtreme bosses that are returning again. Incendiate, once again, our Xtreme boss. Oh, instead we'll be looking at the points and points system. Incendiate is now the proud owner of 600 points. Isn't that amazing? And these are the prizes, the prize leaderboards points for everyone else that was inside of this, full bracket. Everyone got minimum of 5 points today because it was a smaller bracket, but it looks like, you know, top 4 is awarded pretty handsomely here as well. And if you want to continue to reward these players handsomely, use the last of those Matcherino codes for the night. We have 20 codes remaining, and we're very close to the end of the night here. That was our final match. So I just want to pester you a little bit more to attempt to use up those codes to give our competitors free money.
Absolutely. Here we can see a couple more people in that last 2 sets there. They did go in and redeem those codes. Congratulations, you are based. But if you are not based and you want to learn how to be based, you click that Matcherino link that's in the chat right now. You click it, you go claim code, you claim that code, and wouldn't you know it, now you are based. Congratulations. Don't you feel so happy for yourself? Well, you should, because you supported your community and you supported these amazing players who come out here every month and show up and show out, get these points for those amazing prizes, and then of course just give you a really good time watching some good ass Soulcalibur. It's always a great time here in the Sage of History, Beanie, isn't it?
It is. It's phenomenal. The matches are always really close, regardless of the scores. Soulcalibur is one of the most open-ended, chess-like, and beautiful games when it comes to fighting games. I'm a huge fan, and I'm glad that we could get on the mic once again for another XFS Showdown Soulcalibur edition.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned another XFS Soulcalibur edition.
I sure did.
Does that mean that we've got more XFS Soulcalibur edition in the future? And other games potentially?
Yes, we do. Actually, episode 3 of Soulcalibur VI will be December 20th, 2025. Registration does not open until after next week's Xtreme Showdown DOA Showdown. So if you're trying to get in on some DOA or get in on some Soulcalibur after watching DOA next week, come back and watch DOA. Even if I'm not here commentating, watch some DOA, come back, and then register and sign up for the next Soulcalibur Showdown. Once again, $50 immediately. Steam, PC only. And then there's also the Matcherino, and you accrue these prize points for the season. Do not forget, the earlier you get in, the more these prizes and the more of these points you can earn towards the end of the season. Episode 3 would be halfway through. You could still earn a whole lot of points and maybe even take on one of our extreme bosses like Incendiate. Keep him off of the golden ticket, the 1,800 points. Keep him off the flight hotel admission to the XFS offline. I dare you to try it. This guy is so consistent, it's terrifying. Man, he scares me. But these are some of the phenomenal prizes you can earn by making it into these top 8s, by making it into these top 3s. And there's still 3 weeks left. 4 weeks if you include week 3.
Yeah. I mean, hey, think of it this way. You only need to win 1 tournament to spoil it for Incendiate. He's got to win the rest of the 4 tournaments that are left to even get that prize. So
yeah, and then you could like just get ahead or something. You don't even need anything big. What you really earned there was just the prize of stopping someone from getting the full 1,800 points.
Yeah, I'm kind of eyeing that gamer chair a little bit, man. That gamer chair looks a little swaggy, you know? I gotta win a couple of tournaments, but
it looks swaggy, but I don't know if it looks sweaty. I'm not sure. You know, whenever it comes to gamer chairs, I'm a little scared.
That's true. But if it's a brand new one, then it should be sweaty at least. At least it shouldn't. But
not after I sit on it for the first time. And especially some of these competitors, right? These guys are sweating their butts off trying to get these big wins and give us these phenomenal matches we saw here tonight.
Why are you standing on your gamer chair? I thought you're supposed to sit on it. You said you stand.
You don't stand while you play?
No.
You don't. Oh, I didn't know. Well, one thing we can stand on is that this is the end of the night. It was a phenomenal set of matches. Where can they find you, Brickman?
You can find me on Twitter at man, that's with 2 N's, _brick. I'm on there reposting a bunch of pro wrestling stuff and fighting game stuff. That's about all I do, really. That's about it. What about you, Beanie? Where can they find you at?
They can find me on Instagram, X, Twitch, all with BeanieThuggish, all one word. You could also catch me on YouTube where I'll be yapping about the Steam box, Steam machine, the Gabe Cube here soon. Otherwise, go play some fighting games. Go enjoy some Soulcalibur and any of the other phenomenal fighting games that exist on the XFS Showdown series this season.
Absolutely looking forward to all of that here. Folks, we'll see you hopefully next month for some more Soulcalibur. If not next week, we got Dead or Alive 6. Now, talking 3D fighters, Dead or Alive, that's another great one. We hope to see you all there. Until then, y'all take care. Play some good-ass fighting games. We'll see you next time.